Whoop whoop. Welcome back to LHRPG, motherfucker. So.
Who's this?
Who's who?
You.
This? I don't fucking know. No one knows me.
Pretty sure that's our Bolo Nitro.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. Who am I?
Oh, yeah. I know. That's Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, very funny.
What's up, Jay?
What's up, Nitro?
So.
That poor unfortunate soul.
Pay no attention to Strife in the background. He's stuck here until we're done.
Time is right. Okay, we'll pay attention to him when it's needed.
He'll be chiming in every once in a while.
I'm always needed.
Hell yeah, I love that confidence.
Whoop whoop. So,
Shout outs out the way.
Sure.
Shout out to Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Shout out to everybody that showed up at the fucking table to get this campaign started today.
It's Tink, Dorian, Strife, Lil Nitro, and Jay. Shout out to Dimension 20 in general.
Shout out to Insane Clown Posse.
Shout out to Humble Among.
Shout out to Ouija Mac.
Shout out to One Shot Questers since we're doing D&D.
Shout out to Decker Shadow.
Yes!
Who has been on a hiatus, and I worry about him because that's not normally like him.
We love you, Decker.
Mad love to Decker and Charlie. Let's see. Shout out to Seth Gorkowski. And just because, you know, like some fuck it energy. I'm not sure I should say it.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Shout out to Sam motherfucking Reich over at Dropout, that okay Dimension 20. So, what'd we do today, sister?
Session 1 of Fantasy High Junior Year.
Keep the new merch. Keep the new merch.
Merch. Dude, we're like fucking College Humor. Merch of the store. Merch.
That's not College Humor.
Whoa.
That's Smosh.
That was Smosh.
Tommy was singing that.
That was Smosh.
We got merch in the store.
Shout out to Smosh
Shout out
and
to
shout out
Smosh.
to College Humor.
College Humor is not a thing anymore. It's Dropout
I
now.
will always call that College Humor.
Well, you can't because that's not the name of the company.
They were great.
They were, but now they're called Dropout.
Well, shout out to Dropout. I don't like that name though. College Humor is better.
I think they went with it because most of them are college dropouts. I don't think Brennan is.
No,
Brennan is a genius.
He is way too intelligent.
So,
We are going
anyone that missed our last episode,
Go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. But so today we had Jade reprising her role as Bex Applebee's
And Zeb.
and Zeb. We had Doyen reprising his role of Tim Doyen. Tink reprised her role as Zarina Thistlespring. And Strife brought back his newest character, Kinnear Seacaster.
I almost just said, what's her last name?
That's okay. He called himself Kareen earlier.
Yeah. I think he was trying to combine Kinnear and Kalina.
Do we have any very spoiler-like things we want to touch on or get out before
You mean
we start the
spoiler-free?
actual? No, spoiler-light, because we've tried to do spoiler-free and a lot of times it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I say spoiler-free and people spoil shit any fucking way.
We need to do a spoiler warning at the beginning of every video.
Anyways, do we have any thoughts that aren't big spoilers before we jump into this?
Like theories?
No.
Or like just commentary?
We can do theories at the end.
Just commentary?
Yeah. Like, how's the campaign so far?
It's really good. As far as, you know, our mystery aspect that we usually have and combat.
Like,
you know.
I went 0 to 100 on the exposition.
Oh,
today.
yeah. It's great. Like, it's building well. But what's frustrating about how it's building so well is it's one of those sprinkle a little bit of here, sprinkle a little bit of there. And
you don't know what connects to what until we get further down the line.
Like last season, almost every episode I was able to start piecing shit together, starting all the way at session 0. I can't do that this time.
I took you into account when planning this.
Oh.
I wanted to put you in Tink's shoes for once, because she was in your shoes last session.
We made the
She went back to her shit today.
We made that comment and she's like, fuck you.
Hashtag we'll get there.
Mad love to you, Tink.
Alright, so, how'd we start out?
They were hunting down Zeb. I had to play Zeb again briefly.
I think you only had like one turn as her.
Yeah, she was still riding Cerberus.
Mm-hmm.
They had made it. They were chasing her for 3 days. They had made it to the Red Waste, and they were coming up on this portal she was trying to get to.
Yep.
And all they knew was she was heading towards the portal, and she knew where Bex was.
Now, since I had you playing her, what was her main goal there?
Well, first, before I say it, I want to see if Strife over here actually figured it out when it happened.
Do you know what the doppelganger's goal was in the desert?
No.
Do you remember what happened?
Well, we're about to get to that. We don't want him to just, you know.
All right, I'll put it this way.
Just say it.
I was about to.
Well, then why preface it with, I'll put it this way? That means you're going to be vague. We don't need vagueness, we need details.
So, yeah, I need details on those visions.
You can't yet.
So, Zeb is the doppelganger that pretended to be Bex.
Mm-hmm.
And we called her that because in this season she came through the mirror, and the last doppelganger mirror thing that we had that took on one of our personas took Tim, so we called him Mitt, which was Tim backwards.
The reflection.
So I called her Zeb for Bex backwards. So that, for anyone confused by that.
Just so you know, if you read my notes, it does not say Zeb.
No, it says faux Bex, which is what Strife made her. I tried to be creative.
And I wasn't?
Okay, let me
Hey, I'm
rephrase.
just
I
saying-
tried to do a callback.
I'm just saying, both of you came up with names for her, and that's the one I used for my notes.
Every time somebody said fake Bex or faux Bex or doppelganger, I was over here, Zeb. Zeb. To the point that I had Tig laughing so hard because they were like, we need to get that bitch. And she's like, fake Bex. And I was like, Zeb. Just so casually, she started
So
laughing.
what was her mission?
She was trying to get to this portal, not to go through it, but to spill blood in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
To summon something.
And what was that something?
We'll get there.
We're there!
So it was a chase combat, which I don't think we've had one of those since season 1.
Yeah. Johnny Spells was the last one.
Yeah, the gang. But we had a chase combat, and
Picked up right where Session 0 left off.
so, well, 3 days later.
Yeah. Well, no. Because we left off 3 days later as you guys were chasing her through the desert.
Oh, that's right.
So we literally picked up right where we left off.
Which is what we're going to do next session, too. So the very first thing that happened, it was Tim's go. And they were in Scarlet because Zeb had taken off with Cerberus. They got the van up right by Cerberus.
Mm-hmm.
And he climbed out the window onto the roof of the fucking van, tackled the bitch off of Cerberus, and told Cerberus, find Bex. So...
First turn of the whole session. What?
I want to see what I did.
That's fine. I think next was that one guy, the stormtrooper.
The Yorby.
Yeah. We were surrounded by cultists that were working with the doppelganger because she was another cultist.
Mm-hmm.
They were cultists of the Night Yorb. So for anybody who has watched our channel like religiously,
Which is JPC.
yeah. So
That's about it.
mainly for JPC here. We mentioned the
Shout out to JPC.
Yeah, we mentioned the Night Yorb before in passing. In season 2, in sophomore year when we were in Leviathan, Adam had been drunkenly trying to decipher a code out of somebody's name, and he come up with the Night Yorb.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said it, the guy we were talking to, Gardy, got all
The name he used.
yeah, got all serious and goes, Speak not of the night Yorb. And we never questioned it again. We just moved on.
Ever.
But because our group was the last one to discuss him, even though Adam died, it was still our group.
Mm-hmm.
The cultists came after our group to try and bring him back. Using the doppelganger that had got to me in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the they were riding beetles, and one of them got up next to the van. Yeah, these are the beetles they were riding. But one of them got up next to the van, and we call him a stormtrooper because he shoved his staff in the van and tried to fire. What spell did he use?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, it was some green energy bolt, and missed completely.
He said Avada Kedavra.
It just went right through the van completely.
Yeah, he missed at point blank range.
Missing both Kinnear and Zarina. And so, what did Kinnear do, Strife?
Well, what Kinnear did was, number one, she grabbed the staff and pulled hard with her feet, braced against the inside of the van, and yanked and pretty much bashed him into the van, and he fell off his beetle.
So, Kinnear got the staff.
Oh, he's not done.
Uh-uh.
Because that was just a reaction. That wasn't even our turn.
And then it was her turn immediately after that. And what did she do
Thank you
next?
for not misgendering her.
Tink will not stop misgendering Strife's character.
Ever.
I made the comment we need to get him a wig.
I called her a transphobe today.
Yeah.
What Kinnear did next was hop out onto the beetle and tamed it mid-fight with a natural 20.
And then?
Trampled over the cultist. After doing her next turn, she used her monk ability to pretty much pound him into the ground with fire attacks.
Let me just say, they decimated this first combat. They did much better in the first combat than they did in the second.
I think I disappointed Lil Nitro in this first combat when I came in.
Very much. Because y'all were finally going to learn why you're not supposed to speak of the Night Yorb. And because of you, that didn't happen.
But because of that, you are going to have another chance.
Not necessarily.
So...
Do you remember how long it took between him saying it to it showing up?
Yes, but that was once.
This is true.
It's about to be said a lot more than once.
Yeah, because you wrote a fucking song.
I did. I wrote a whole ass song for this.
By the way, anyone that might be wondering, if you go on YouTube, type in My Van is a Boat by the Sig Fig Collectives, and that's the song that her character wrote for this.
Just with edited lyrics to match our group.
So it's not one of the ones that we published. It's one
and
we're
you
stealing.
actually get a call out in this one.
Oh.
An official call out in an Alabaster Carnation song.
For the audience, my character, as I will say again, because some people may not know, is Adrena from the Warcraft universe. So she has no idea what the hell's going on.
He wanted to play season 1, and I told him no because it had to be in a published book. And then finally, halfway through sophomore year, he made me sit down and read the shit in front of him. And I was like, yeah, that's not too bad. And he's like, Zandre's done after this season.
Well, he became too powerful anyways.
And you kept getting mad that we wouldn't let you kill him. He literally looked...
I guarantee you, before this season's out, he's going to do the same thing with Kinnear, because he's going to have a new character idea that he's in love with.
That one session where he went after that pirate battle by himself and we followed him, after that he looked at me and Tink, and while I was helping her level up, and he goes, "You two ruined that for me!" And we're no!
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Let me preface by saying there's nothing wrong with this, but my opinion is Strife enjoys making characters more than he likes playing them. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, except for when you're running a 4-season-long campaign, and every season he's got a new character idea.
He's a creative soul.
Well, the Warforged was going to be a backup regardless. It was just some flavor for the character.
Which we did touch on sophomore year.
Yeah. I may bring him back just as like a NPC, for,
like how we're doing Zandre here and there.
He's still running around. He's still at the manor.
Yeah, he could be like, since Cathilda's on vacation, he could temporarily take over as like housekeeper or something.
Exactly. That's what I actually thought about. But it's that he became too damn powerful.
Which we did make me a backup character as well because of all the shit Bex
And
is
we
going
met
through
him
this
today.
year. Yes.
Hashtag we'll get there.
Exactly.
So,
Back
about
to
the
this
Night Yield
combat.
fight.
So after Kinnear's turn,
No, I gotta do this again. I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off. I pulled her to the side because she come over and she was asking, what should I do on my turn while she's playing this doppelganger. And I told her, I was like, your main goal is to get to that portal and sacrifice someone, spill their blood in front of the portal. And she goes, well, does it matter who it is? And, well, it was meant to be Bex. That's why she was taken. But I was like, technically, no, it doesn't matter. And Sister goes,
you knew what I was gonna do, don't you?
either cut yourself or one of the other Yorbies. What I was thinking.
Yeah, what I was gonna do was get Tim off of me, get over there, and stab myself in the fucking gut.
Oh, so you were gonna go Twilight mode.
Mm-hmm.
So
did you not know the rest of your body
has blood in it?
too?
Yes, but I wanted to kill the bitch.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have done that.
I know.
Yes.
So the night you all getting summoned was Kinnear's fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since we're there, so Kinnear ends up.
There's something else first.
God damn it! Hurry up.
I've been trying to say this for a while. Okay, so.
But no. Go ahead.
God damn it. So the way the map was set up, here's Scarlet, the van, where they're all.
Oh my God! Do you remember Scarlett's reaction to having his bumper torn off?
We'll get there. Hashtag we'll get there.
We already passed it.
No, we haven't. I'm trying to get there. Now, here's Scarlet. The Orbeez on the Beatles, there was one over here,
Yorbies.
one over... Yorbies. I said Orbeez. There's one over here, and one back here. The first one that had come up to the van was the one over here.
That's right.
And then this one come up, and before it come up, it started throwing it came up and it started throwing daggers.
Mm-hmm.
And one whizzed by Tink, or Zarina,
Mm-hmm.
and then stuck on the inside of the van. And then it was Zarina's turn. She goes invisible.
This is why I have her on the show.
She goes invisible, flies out above the van, and then decides to wait for her next turn to do any attacking. Then the one on this side, I believe, moved forward. By this point, the van and Cerberus had gotten closer to the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And then on...
There was a total of 4 Yorbies.
Yeah.
3 on Beetles and 1 on Cerberus.
I can't remember what that one did.
What, the third one?
Yeah.
That's the one that hooked its horn under the bumper.
No, that was the second one on the second round.
No.
Yes. Because it was directly... Here's Scarlet. Here's that one. Here's the second one. It was right here at Scarlet's ass.
Well, then the
third
one
one
just
came over
got
to
up
the other
close.
side.
It come up, it wasn't within range, but he shot. He had that
Yeah.
crossbow bolt, and he shot at Zarina, who had gotten up on the roof at that point. No, he was going to shoot at Zarina, but then she reminded me she was invisible, so he shot Abra through the back glass of the van.
Yeah, and then
That's what
Abra got up on top of Scarlet and let Scarlet drive himself.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
By round 2, because I didn't get to... Bex didn't do anything that round because she wasn't there.
Right.
Round 2 come around. Tim called his dad. He used his turn to call his dad.
He wants his dad to come.
Well, he went into a rage and then called his dad.
He wants his dad to come.
Yep. And he got to his feet, but he stayed holding.
Anyone that's
bitch
watching this, just so we know you watched it, go on the comments and type in #CumDad.
So his dad, when he showed up, he was still holding fake Bex when his dad showed up, and his dad got the wrong idea, and he's like, "Am I interrupting?" And he's like, "This ain't her. We need to take out the trash." And his dad's like, "All right, I'm ready." That turn is also where Kinnear, the one that she had trampled with the beetle, rolled out from under her, and she moved the beetle to try to trample him again.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't think that's what happened.
No, I didn't try to. Kinnear purposely went over there with the beetle to have the beetle attack.
The beetle pinched with the mandibles.
That's right. Because we didn't see what happened with that until everybody else went.
Mm-hmm.
Then
See, sometimes she is wrong.
Zarina, you flew over to the third
Got
Yorby
that hella sneak attack.
and did disintegrate
Moonbeam.
moonbeam.
It
And
did disintegrate it.
we had a repeat of
Elwyn Abernathy.
yeah. She did moonbeam again, and it disintegrated him into ash and burned a hole in the ass of the beetle, so the beetle's just bleeding out.
If anybody who's watching is familiar with Mortal Kombat 3, she pretty much did Nightwolf's Moonbeam fatality.
Yeah.
To a T.
He showed me the animation, and I was like, that's exactly what happened.
And then that's when that's the round that the second Yorby, the beetle, hooked Scarlet's bumper and ripped it the fuck off.
He was trying to flip Scarlet, but he didn't roll high enough.
And he just
So
ripped
he
the
ripped
bumper
the bumper off. And Scarlet's reaction, because Scarlet feels pain. And he lost hit points when that bumper came off. So it's essentially like ripping your ass cheeks off.
Mm-hmm.
And Scarlet goes, "Oh man, that's not cool, dude. Ow." Scarlet's so chill.
Now, when the beetle that Kinnear tamed, its mandibles got that Yorby, it sliced him in half, and the blood splatter hit in front of the portal, which triggered the portal.
Which means, inadvertently, as Strife said, Kinnear summoned the Night Yorb.
The Night Yorb comes through the portal, and Beck snuck out behind him.
Now, to explain the Night Yorb as best I can, it's like a slithering mass of tentacles and teeth that is the color of midnight. Would you like to show it off?
Yeah, this is the Night Yorb. That's the front. This.
I call it a Lovecraftian version of Gyarados.
It's Gary Busey.
As the Night Yorb comes out, the sun goes the fuck away.
The Night Yorb.
They were able to see it because of Scarlet's headlights.
Only when it was in the beam of the headlights.
Yeah. Well, at that time it was. That's why I said it.
Right.
And they were.
I believe that's also how they spotted you.
Yep. They were able to see me sneak out behind it with Apollo.
Because I don't know if you put this together yet. The Night Yorb is from the mirror dimension.
I assumed as much. So the place that I was trapped in when I got sucked into the mirror is where it lives. And so I had tried and tried to get the fuck out, and I couldn't. And
her spells wouldn't work, nothing.
I didn't have my earrings to summon Ida. Nothing. I was fucked. And because Bex had just went through that in the forest, it triggered her PTSD, and she ended up having multiple fucking panic attacks. That's why she's so fucked up right now.
Speaking of which, I have a song I'm going to show you before you leave. It's called Panic Attack by ICP.
I'll bet.
It's all about when Jay was suffering from his panic attacks.
I didn't even...
There's this... It's old news. Like, there's a song from 1999. It's on the Jekyll Brothers. It's called The Shaggy Show. It's the one Snoop Dogg's on. And Shaggy has a line where he's interviewing Violent J, and he says, "I heard something about you having some kind of a panic attack." He basically asks him, like, what happens when he's having his panic attack. And Jay goes, I'll be sitting there enjoying a coffee. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, get off me!
Yeah, pretty fucking much. That's how it goes. So, you know, she's been having back-to-back panic attacks. She's only been able to see herself and Apollo for 3 fucking days. No food, no water, no nothing. And all of a sudden she sees this thing slithering out through a portal and she's like, I'm fucking taking my shot. So she snuck out with Apollo, realizes...
Luckily, it didn't realize you were tailing.
Yeah, it didn't. But she realized that it was going after her people who were coming after her. So it was her turn next. And she immediately... I made him so sad. How long did you spend painting the night orb?
3 hours.
How long did you and I plan this?
2 months. And how long was it on the board?
10 seconds. Bex sees the situation, looks at it, and goes, fuck you, and casts banishment.
And the Night Orb has negative to the saving throw.
So it went poof, and the sun came back.
It's not very smart.
No.
It's a beast. Like, it can't even speak.
So it went poof, and the sun came back. And then I hopped on Cerberus.
And for anyone that may not know, in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, when you cast banishment, essentially all you have to do to make sure it doesn't come back is hold concentration for 1 minute. 1 minute, that's all it takes. She happens to have a pseudo dragon that can hold concentration for her and stay up in the air where no one can hit it.
That's been my move since season 1. Whenever I have to cast banishment or anything that I have
And
to
here's
hold
the thing,
concentration with.
we had enemies with ranged attacks that could have hit him. They don't know he's an arcane focus, so I kept going each round thinking, alright, they know the Night Orb has been banished, they know who cast the spell, they're going to attack Bex on the next turn, not knowing that that wouldn't do a goddamn thing. Like, I knew that as the GM, but the enemies don't know that.
I think we had that happen in freshman year.
Yeah, they attacked you and it didn't
And
end
then they
the
got
spell.
pissed. Because I banished somebody and they're like, oh, okay, bam, where is he? I have 3 arcane focuses.
Anyway, we're drawing this out. It was a very short combat. It was like, what, 3 rounds? 4 rounds.
But so, I hopped on Cerberus and he's like, Milady, I found you. So,
Sped
we
back,
sped back towards Tim and I'm hollering, hey Tim, bitch is mine.
He goes, okay.
So,
But that was he didn't let go until after, between him and Pac, they put 3 bullets in that bitch.
and then he let me have my fun before he finished her off. Like, on my next turn, I ripped her throat open with my claws and had Apollo sting her in the fucking eye.
And she failed to save, so she was poisoned.
And I looked up at him and I was like, you can kill her now. So on his next turn, he's like, and he fucking finished her off. What?
We need more coffee because I have nothing else to drink.
Do you want to take over while I fill that up? Or do you want me to go while you fill it up?
Just make it quick, and then when you get back, we'll switch off while I get the coffee done.
All right.
I'll take over.
Ah, we got
Strife
Strife
taking
coming
over.
on camera, motherfuckers.
I'll relieve you when I get back.
So, before we move on to the next scene, anything else cool in the combat you want to talk about?
Yes, I was going to talk about my second kill of the year.
All right, let's hit it.
Well,
Chain smoking, man.
the person with the crossbow shot at me, and being a monk at my level,
Keep in mind, if you want this to be fully impressive, you have to mention he was at point blank range.
oh, hold on, actually,
Like from
no,
me
hold
to
on.
you.
No, actually, what happened first was I rode my beetle over to
The one he stole.
over to the other beetle, did a jump kick over to the other beetle, and the moment that I connected, I also hit him with two flurry punches. He got his turn right afterwards and shot me. It would have been in my neck if I did not catch it,
Like a boss.
and throw it right back.
That was a reaction.
And what happened afterwards, technically, with my beetle.
Yeah. Your
What
people
happened?
got mad kills.
Yeah, my beetle. After I hit him with his own freaking bolt, he fell over. The beetle chopped him in half too.
It was very. The first scene of this campaign did its job in making the players feel powerful, I think.
Well, I knew the monks was going to be powerful.
Well, yeah, because you're the only one that multi-classing. You put all 14 levels into monk.
Fucking yeah. Monks are powerful. They are gods.
I mean, once you get in the higher levels, most of the classes become godlike.
I bet you right now I could take the Vex on.
Ooh, is that a challenge?
No.
Alright, what did we get up to, guys?
We were
My
just
second-
talking about Kinnear's second kill.
Alright, so we're just now after that combat?
Yeah. So essentially the combat ends once all the Yorbies are dead and Night Yorb is banished and Vex is rescued.
Oh, did we discuss Tink trying to magically change her alignment?
No, why don't we do... She didn't try to. I had to threaten it because she was acting like an evil bitch.
So,
Why don't you talk about
one
that?
of the-
Tank, we love you. You are acting like an evil bitch.
So, bear in mind, Tink is a saint. She has a...
Tink is also extremely... I love her to death. But when it comes to animals and looting in these games, she's extremely greedy. She wants everything.
That every
And if
time
she
we
can't
finish a
have
combat, the
something,
first...
she gets mad.
Every time we finish a combat, the first thing she does is, can we loot? Even in a campaign when it's not a dungeon crawl.
That was me this time. That was the first person to say about looting.
No, it was her.
And she said it before the combat was done.
And he
Yeah.
had to tell her we are in a combat.
We
Uh,
dump this real quick.
Yeah. So, one of the Yorbies that died, the one that Kinnear jump kicked, after he was dead and the beetle was just free,
It was just about to try to scurry away when she said that.
how did she word it? Something about...
She said, can I get
Here.
that as this one as a mount? And shit. And when I told her no, she goes, well then I'm just gonna kill it.
And we're like, why? It's not doing anything, it's gonna run off. And she kept trying to explain about how it was going to attack or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, it's like a horse. If you shoot someone off their horse, the horse is gonna flee, not attack you. This thing was just doing what its
I
master
believe-
told it to do.
I believe Doyen said something about, did Nitro say it was attacking?
Yeah.
You know, I was like, no.
And so, we had to explain to her, it's literally just a mount. It would be the same as if a fucking...
It's like, look, you've seen Lord of the Rings when they're having fights on horseback and a dude gets shot off the horse. What does the horse always do?
It runs the fuck away. I was like, it's gonna run the fuck away. And she's like, and he goes, you are acting evil. If you do this, it will change your
I
alignment.
told her, I was like, you can do it, but you will be shifted to an evil alignment. And she was about to take that until Jay goes, you're a saint.
I was like, I'm the evil one. I'm an archdevil. You are a fucking saint.
Who rescued a goddess.
So she had to let that go.
And she was not happy about that.
And then when I attacked Zeb, fake Bex, she goes, when I said what I wanted to do, she goes, well, that's worse than me. And
Again.
Lil Nitro goes, she's attacking somebody who has tormented her and tried to summon the Night Yorb. But I was like, dude, this bitch has literally taken me and replaced my life twice.
The funny part is when you said that, Kate goes, Twice?
And then we had to explain again that it was the same one from the forest. And I was like, so this bitch has done that twice and is trying to kill my friends, and I have an evil alignment.
Yes.
You are a saint trying to attack an innocent creature.
Took a while for her to finally just accept it.
So,
but she did. Give
Yeah.
her props where they're due.
so after the combat, Abra gives Kinnear the jacket, makes the comment how, you know,
Yeah, do you want to talk about that, Strife?
What?
your moment with Abra.
Your moment with Abra before she left? After the fight?
Yeah, Abra wasn't, I guess, impressed with me helping to protect.
I think she called you a badass.
That.
She said, "You've proven yourself today. I feel comfortable leaving my friends in your hands." And then
She gave me her coat of useful things.
jacket of useful
Jacket
things.
of useful things.
And then
Which, if you don't know what that is, go back to our reviews of freshman year, and it's explained there.
and then she went to Bex and was, you know, talking about how good it was to have her back. She's like, something about her, she's glad her last mission with us was to bring me back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to
And gave you a
Zarina.
big ass hug.
Yeah. And then I went to Zarina and I was like, were you the one that figured it out? She's like, yeah. I was like, I knew you would.
I think we gave Abra a pretty good send off.
Oh, yeah. So,
Matter of fact, another character from our past gets a send off in this episode
Yeah.
too. Hashtag we'll get there.
gave Zarina a hug, got a cigarette from her. I got in the van, raided the cooler, and we headed back. Tim rode Cerberus back, so I sat shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped at the gas station. I got some cigarettes.
Filled up.
Filled up Scarlet.
Yep.
Tim went home, and then Kinnear and Zarina went over to my house with me. I called my mom. I used Zarina's phone to call my mom when we got to the gas station, which is across the street from my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard her talking to somebody. I was so fucking exhausted, I didn't give a fuck. And we got over there, and I walk in, and it's dark. I have dark vision. So I see a group huddled up over by the table, and my first thought is, fuck this shit again. So I turned the light on, and it was my mom, Jawbone, Rog, and his grandma, because they're still living with me,
Mm-hmm.
all huddled around the kitchen, or the dining table, that's got cake on it. And they lit the candles on the cake and started singing happy birthday because I missed my own birthday while being trapped in a mirror dimension.
That was a sweet
It
scene.
was. So, how did they know we'd be back that night?
They didn't. They were getting everything ready for when you did get back, which is why when you called, she was like, hurry up, she's coming, she's coming.
So, I blew the candles out with a fucking gust of wind spell.
Kinnear did have a fuck up with spilling the blood of the cultists and summoning the night.
The
Night
Orb.
But also, at the exact same time, she is the hero because if she hadn't done that, Bex would have not gotten out.
Exactly.
This is true. That was the plan I had for you, is when the Night Orb escaped, it was going to leave like a little thing where you could get out.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how the fuck I was getting out. And he's like, I know how you're getting out. I just need to know what you're doing while you're there. And I was like, oh, okay. I misunderstood.
She thought I told her she had to think about how to get out. I was like, no, I need to know what you're doing, what's going through your head. I know how you're getting out.
Yeah. Basically, Bex tried casting banishment on herself. She tried casting plane shift.
Now, you want to hear a big difference between you guys' playthrough and D20's? In their group, the Night York bit, they kept it going all sophomore year to the point where Murph's character got a tattoo that says Night York on his chest, and that's how it was summoned. It bursted out of his tattoo. So they spent all summer tracking this thing down.
Damn.
So it was night all summer long, right? So by the time they get back and they're doing the birthday scene, Rog jumps in singing. He goes, happy couple months late birthday because you were saving the motherfucking world to you.
So I got frosting on my shirt.
What did Rog say when you?
He goes, I was like, okay, so
I think it was Sandra Lynn that pointed it out.
it was Jawbone.
It was Jawbone.
And he's like, you got some frosted on your shirt. And I'm like, alright. Because I was fucking exhausted. And Rod goes, some clear shit right there. So I looked at him, I said, like father, like daughter, I'm going to bed. And then I tripped going up the fucking stairs and got my foot in a bucket of wet cement, and my mom pulled it off real quick. And then I got more bad news from Jawbone because my manager was calling about my album, and I owed money to the fucking bank, or to the record label.
To the record label. 50,000 gold.
Yeah, so...
Which they didn't get all of when they.
Because I only had 30,000 in my bank. So I went to fucking bed. I went up to my room, and I go in, and there's fucking glowing fucking runes all over my fucking walls, and I'm like, fuck, what now? And he's like, there's a handwritten note on your desk. And I read it, and it was from Ida, saying that she put nemesis wards up.
Enjoy the nemesis ward.
Basically, so that if anyone tried to get to me again, they would have...
While you were in that room.
Yeah, they would have to go through her first. And I was like...
It's essentially a magical way of saying, I claim this person.
Yeah.
And you can't fuck with them unless you go through me. It's like Family Guy. When they did the parody of And Then There Were None. And... fucking Diane's about to shoot Lois, and then she gets shot, and it zooms out, and Stewie goes,
he was gonna take that bitch out, it's gonna be me.
It's essentially what the Nemesis Ward is.
So, I was like, well, now I'm not mad at it. I hung the fucking note up. Oh, we missed something after the fucking combat.
Is it important?
Yes.
What?
When Tim finished off fake Bex, he chopped her fucking head off.
Yeah.
And then handed it to me. So, Kinnear's like, do you want to keep that? And I'm like, yeah, oh, fuck yeah. And she's like, let me see it. So she fucking used the sand and her fucking cheese shit and encased it in glass so it wouldn't decay or anything. And I took it home and put it up like a souvenir trophy.
It was dope.
And then I collapsed on my bed.
You know, if I had been just a tad bit more creative, I could have did it like that one chick from Mystery Man had as a bowling ball.
I don't know. I think what you did was pretty creative.
Oh, yeah.
No one in Brennan's group ever thought to do anything like that. So I think it was pretty creative.
So then, Kinnear and Zarina both spent the night with me in the guest room.
All right, so now we cut to the next morning.
Yup.
Right? So I believe very first thing when y'all were starting to get ready, Lydia was packing lunch bags. You want to talk about the lunch bags?
It's a literal, like, hefty fucking trash bag.
That's magically enchanted to keep things cool.
With 2 fucking...
double foot long party subs.
2 bags of chips, I think.
One
bag.
was a full size, family size bag.
And a bunch of bananas.
Like a bunch.
And was there anything to drink?
No, because there's Kool-Aid fountains at the school.
Yeah. And she made one for Rog, one for me, one for Kinnear, and one for Zarina. So we went to school. We took Artemis, and Kinnear rode her Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way, we passed Seacaster Manor, and we saw Galir and Galariel bringing luggage out.
Mm-hmm.
So we stopped by, and I went over to talk to Galir, and I was like, what's
I
going
was punched about the head and shoulders.
Essentially,
Typical Galir.
he got caught up in a robbery at the convenience store.
Uh-huh.
And when he fell, he ended up with a winning fucking raffle ticket. for a cruise.
Which is they're using for their honeymoon.
So they decided to do that for their honeymoon. They're going to be gone for 6 months to a year. One thing that I didn't say anything about at the time, and the reason Bex got uncharacteristically quiet, like I said she did.
By the way, you saying, did y'all notice my subtle it's not subtle when you use the word uncharacteristically.
Anyways, the reason why she got like that is because while, she was telling Galir to have fun, and he was just like, okay, bye. She heard Hilarial telling Kinnear about how they're going to fly her out for the holidays. And this is like the third time Galir is doing something without her.
You don't know that.
Yes.
No. You don't know that that's going to happen without you, is what I'm saying.
Let me finish.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
Can I finish?
I said something about that earlier.
Can I finish?
No.
He decided to get married. Not only was she the last to know about it, she had nothing to do with it instead of just other than being a guest. She was not asked to be a part of it. She was not asked to DJ. She was not asked any of that. And that...
They didn't have a DJ. It's a wedding.
Some weddings still have DJs.
The reception has DJs.
The point is that bothered her, even though she pretended it didn't. She was the last to know about getting a new sibling. That bothered her. Then she overhears that, and her dad didn't say shit to her about coming out to see them. So in her eyes, she is being replaced.
Two things. Number one, inviting Kinnear out for that was not your dad's idea. He knows nothing about that.
He was standing right there.
Talking to you. Number two, so what you're essentially saying is this year, Bex is a whiny little bitch.
No, Bex is fucking depressed.
She's a whiny little bitch.
Would you like to move on now?
No, because I feel like I'm touching a nerve and it's kind of fun. Don't give me that look.
I'm waiting
For?
us to move on.
Oh, why? Did I touch a nerve?
I need Gibbons.
Do you have some powerful feelings
Yes.
you need to process?
Yes.
Powerful feelings all around.
So, like, on top of the PTSD, on top of the bad luck,
Now she's whiny.
I'm gonna stop giving my characters emotional depth. Because my brother's a dick.
I'm fucking good at it.
That's not a brag.
It is. It is. When you're me.
You're being Draco Malfoy. You're being a dick.
Oh, thank you.
No, you're being Snape.
Even better. I love Snape. Snape is the shit.
Oh, we had so many Harry Potter references this game.
So, time turner. We'll get #, we'll get there.
Umbridge.
Umbridge! That was Stripe's joke.
And then I put it in universe. I leaned down. I'm like, I must not tell lies. And the only one who didn't get it was Kinnear. Oh,
Now, brother, please say I'm not a whiny bitch. I must not tell lies.
fuck you. Any hosers.
So, you leave there, you head to Zarita's house.
Yeah, because she needed to go by and see her parents before school.
Which, understandable. They haven't seen her in damn near a week.
Yep. Her brothers are freshmen this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they were arguing about who was going to take their dad's sword to school. So she had to explain to him, like, that's not how that works.
Which is funny, because we had to have the exact same conversation with Tink, season 1.
She's like, oh, the tables have turned. So she's like, look, that's not how that works. You get a weapon there. And they're like, but Dad said we could take it. She's like, he doesn't know, okay? Trust me, I've been through it. You'll get something there.
Because Mac didn't go to Egg.
They're like, promise? And she's like, yes. And like, okay.
I think it was Bricker. He said, well, fuck that rusty thing.
Yeah.
Man. And Bucky's like, because Bucky's the goody two-shoes one, and
Bricker's
Bricker
the one
is the
that's-
rebellious one.
Which is why he's so into fucking Bex's domain and shit.
Uh-huh.
Bex's domain is the domain of rebellion.
I think we've covered that on a previous episode.
I couldn't remember if we did.
Yeah, I think last season, actually, when it happened.
So, and then she talked to her parents, and she found out that they were hosting something Frost Festival this year.
The Frosty Fair Folk Festival.
Which, something we missed about that, when Tim went home the night before.
Yeah.
When he went home, his mom was clonked out on the table over some files for her new DA job. And he started looking through them, which woke her up. But they were over this fraud case.
She didn't throw a fit about him looking through it because she didn't see it as that big a deal. It's a fraud case.
Yeah. Referring to, what was it,
the people that used to run it.
Yeah. So that was something we had to keep in mind. And then Gorthalex came out of the bedroom because apparently he's living with not Sandra Lynn, Sklanda now.
Because they got together toward the end of last season.
He tried talking to Tim, and Tim felt so fucking weirded out by it. He's just like, I'm just gonna take these to my room. Yeah, so Zarina's parents told her they were gonna be hosting that this year. And she's like, oh, well, good for you. That's going to be fun. And then we all went to school.
Yep.
And when we got there, we ended up getting there same time as Tim. So we all kind of met up. And Tim went over to this booth where that Jawbone and this other girl were sitting at.
Maisie Phaedra is her name.
Senior, right?
And
she talks like Kermit the motherfucking Frog.
What are you talking about?
Like
this doesn't sound like Kermit.
I actually thought you were trying to more kind of like that cow character from Mickey Mouse cartoons. Daisy, I think. No. Daisy. Maribel? Something like
Clarabelle.
That. Clarabelle. Talk more like her.
Yeah.
Which actually makes a little bit more sense.
Welcome to the movie. She doesn't say that. But she does have a certain flirty interest in a certain PC.
# we'll get there. So
very soon, actually, it's coming up.
Yeah, Tim goes over there to see what that's about, and he signs up to run for student council president for the next year, and he just goes ahead and writes me down as his campaign manager.
Before asking you about it?
Yeah, so I had gone over there to see what was going on, and he's telling me about it, and he's like, I have a favor, and I'm like, what's up? And he asked me to be his campaign manager, and I was like, you know what, I owe you, because before I got kidnapped over the summer, he had been training me in Blood Rush.
Yeah, Blood Rush.
So that I could try out for the Blood Rush team and take barbarian classes.
Before we go any further, I just want to point out the hilarity that the entire time in between season 2 and now, she's been talking about this with the assumption that I'm going to be the first female Blood Rush player at Eggfort. The entire time, I knew full well that another female was going to be trying out.
And you just didn't say shit.
I couldn't. It was a spoiler. It was part of... Because if you remember, this season started dropping while we were running season 2.
Yeah.
So I knew it was coming.
So... Anywho,
coming like Tim's dad.
Huff.
He said that. That's why I made the reference.
So she's like, you know what? Yeah, I owe you anyways. I'll do it. And as we were talking about that, this blonde girl walks up. This little blonde girl.
A little halfling.
And
who's also a junior.
She says that she wants to run too. And they're like, okay, well, you need to do such and such. And she's like, oh yeah, that won't be a problem. I'm already done with all my classes this year, and plops down a fucking envelope with paperwork in it. And she goes, so I'll have plenty of time to dedicate to this.
Which took Jawbone and Maisie a little off guard.
Come to find out, she is a rogue. She's not multi-classed at anything. She's just a straight rogue.
Do you want to know what her subclass is?
Is it an arcane trickster?
It's not in the core.
What is it?
Mastermind.
Oh no. So apparently there is a rule in the student handbook with the rogue class. The rogue teacher, if you can find her
Before the end of the year.
you pass the class for the entire year and you don't have to take the class again that year.
And apparently Kipper Lily found her on the first day.
Yeah.
Which no one has ever done.
Yeah. Every time they go to class, the rogues, all they are greeted with is a clue on where she could be.
Written on the blackboard.
Um.
Which Tink got the first clue of the season today.
And I figured out why it was hard to find her.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag we'll get there. So, you know,
Are you looking up the Mastermind subclass?
we thought it was a little weird, but, you know, I played nice with her. I was like, hi, you know.
At first you weren't gonna, and then I was like, this girl has some information. His sister goes, fuck!
Yeah, so I went over there and I pretended to be nice to her. And she told us her name. And I stuck my hand out to shake her hand. And I started to say my name. And she shakes my hand and goes, oh yeah, I know who you are. And I'm like, you do?
Everyone at that school knows you
And
guys.
she's like, you guys are like the most popular adventuring party here. And I've heard your songs.
Something I need to point out is most adventures at Egg Fort revolve around, hey, there's a dungeon, and in the heart of the dungeon there's a monster, and there's some treasure. Go take it.
Meanwhile, we saved the world
You guys
twice.
are the only group that have gone out and saved the world multiple times.
Yeah, we've done that like
So you guys...
technically 3 times because
Right.
of the night yard.
You are rare for having done that.
So we're like the most popular kids at school apparently.
I don't see why characters can't just graduate. They've done more in
Right?
3 years.
Gotta follow the school bylaws.
Oh, fuck this school. So, we'll get there. So,
I think your main problem with the school is the current principal. Also, we'll get there.
so she pointed out who her campaign manager is, because I asked, and he was who?
O'Sheen. He's one of her party members.
And what was his race?
Dragonborn. Blue.
Just like Abra.
The
So,
only difference is he doesn't carry weapons with him, so you would assume he's some type of spellcaster.
and he's, you know, male.
Yeah.
So after that, we went to, oh no, I don't like that look. Send me the link. We went to, the first day assembly. Oh, no, send me the link. We went to the first day assembly.
They're gonna be metagaming like a motherfucker.
Oh, I had been looking for Ida during
Yes.
all of this and could not find her anywhere. And I tried calling her off of Serena's phone, and there was no service or no signal
Yeah,
on
she
her
didn't have signal.
on her end. So I was like hella fucking confused and a little worried. And we go into this assembly, and instead of Egg Fort doing the announcement, Jawbone was up there.
No.
Or not
Jace.
Jace, the sorcerer teacher.
Who is the substitute vice principal this year?
Yeah, because Gallier is on that honeymoon trip.
Mm-hmm.
So Jace informs us that
Would you like to see what the principal looks like? I have his mini ready.
So Jace informs. Do you have one for Jace?
I do.
Can we bring that out too?
Sure.
Jace informs everybody that Principal Eggfort is also on a trip. He's on vacation, and he played a video of Eggfort telling everybody that he and his daughter Ida are going on vacation through time as a bonding trip and wouldn't be back till the end of the year, and that there may be some what he called time quangles
Yes.
that might make things weird, and that if that happens, it's probably them. And then what was that?
That's what I was just about to ask you.
Looks like a bunch of tool shit.
Oh, that's Vixen's. Where the fuck did they go? I could have sworn I put them in that goddamn box.
So, Ida made the comment that she tried to explain to her dad that it made no sense if they were going through time that they would have to come back at the end of the year when they could just come back to the exact point that they left. And he goes, "That's not how it works." And I looked at them and I'm like, actually, that's exactly how it works. And, so then Jace introduced us to our substitute principal, which is a Warforged robot that Eggfort built. Named what?
Grix.
What does that stand for?
I can't tell you just yet.
We have to find out in character.
Yep. But he has been programmed with all the school bylaws for his information on how to run the school. But Eggfort is known, you guys would know this. Oh, you motherfucker.
What?
One of my minis broke.
Which one?
I can't tell you.
Oh no. Is it important?
Yeah.
How bad is it broke?
An entire head snapped off.
Can that be fixed?
I'll have to glue it. Oh, I'm so pissed. But, I've got minis missing.
Oh no. Can you tell us which ones?
No, I don't. They're in here.
Okay. So I take it when Eggfort programmed him with all the laws, he didn't program him with his own.
That's what I was about to say. Eggfort has a habit of just verbally announcing new rules and not adding them to the books. And therefore, any rules that have been implemented in that way, Grix does not have possession or knowledge of. So he's going strictly off the rules that are written down.
Which is why he's so not Eggfort.
This is the time when I had said that Grix was a mixture of CP3O and Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah, so in character.
No, out of character I said that.
I know, and then in character, Bex leaned over to the group and whispered, "I must not tell lies."
Jace.
And the only one who didn't laugh was Kinnear.
Because she didn't get the reference.
So, this is Jace, the sorcery teacher.
That's his Bigby's fist that he's casting on the mini. This is Grix.
And then this is Grix, the substitute principal. So, robot that Arthur Eggfort made. Oh, so Grix comes up and he's very robotic and starts talking.
Did you like how I did the voice?
Yeah, he starts talking.
Attention, students.
Yeah, go ahead and you talk about Grix and what he said.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember all the goddamn dialogue. Essentially, he's talking about how this year is going to be following, as he put it, perfect order. And he's like giving this speech about running the shit.
Max.
And Max Durden, who is a drow fighter.
Who is very.
He's like the anarchist
man, you know,
kid.
Fuck the system.
Right.
He's like perfect for Eggfort.
So he starts like mouthing. He goes, "Wait, this is like still Eggfort, right?" And then Jace is like, "Well, Principal Grix is blah, 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 blah." And he goes, "Yeah, but it's not his name on the building, right?" And Grix hears that and goes, "This is exactly what I'm talking about." And time stops everyone and essentially puts them in the hallway on their way to their class and then restarts time. So they
in a
all they
single
know,
file line.
Right. So they're just sitting here in the gym and next thing you know, they're standing in the line in the hallway and they're like, wait, I didn't do this.
And Bex is like, "Oh, fuck this." She literally looked at the group and goes, "So, twice now I've said this about somebody, and twice you haven't listened to me. So I hope you listen to me now when I say, fuck this guy."
Pretty much what Grix did was the coffee episode of Futurama.
I don't get the reference
Yeah, I don't
because I
remember
don't
that
watch Futurama.
Fry
like that.
ended up, everybody ended up getting $300
Uh-huh.
of like tax rebate, something like that. And Fry made it his thing to spend all $300 on coffee, 300 cups of coffee. No, 900 cups of coffee. Well, either 100 or 300 cups. And by the last cup of coffee he drank, he pretty much was moving. He was moving like the Flash. He saved everybody else in the fire.
So he's so jumped up that he's moving, but to everyone else it seems like he's just
He
not
had
even
time
there.
to carry everybody out, blow off fire off of Leela's skirt, where it was a skirt.
Before they even knew what happened.
Yeah, and they said, "What happened? I just saw it was orange blur."
Coffee!
It makes me think of fucking Sheldon Cooper the first time he ever had a cup of coffee.
Shout out to Folgers.
He dressed up in a Flash suit and goes, he come in there, he's like, where's the coffee? We're all out. He goes, no problem. I'll be back before this banana hits the ground. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
It's great. It's great. So, we all head to our morning classes.
No.
No?
We started to, and an announcement came over the intercom from Jawbone stating the following students needed to go to the counselor's office and listed us.
Instead of naming the adventuring party, he named all the students in it, which they were like, that's weird. And I'm sitting there behind the screen, I didn't say shit, but I'm like, it's normal protocol at a school. You know?
Yeah, but at this school.
You gotta think who's in charge.
So, any hoosers. So we go to the counselor's office. And
So long story short, they are likening Grix to Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter 5.
Very much so.
Like he's all about following the rules, and they think
Extremely.
he might do some dastardly shit to achieve that.
So Jawbone tells us that because our party got changed
3 times.
based on the bylaws in the school handbook, we are considered at past fail status.
Not pass. Pass. PASS dash fail.
Okay.
So it's like pass or fail, but it has to be on purely academic and extracurricular terms.
Yeah, we are not capable of getting scholarships or...
Hello, baby.
Hi.
Yes. Let me.
No, you don't have to focus.
Okay. Shout out to Vixen, y'all.
There she is.
I love you. Thank you. Shout out to my daughter over here, my oldest.
Who yet shall not be.
You alright?
Yes. She has no stage
I
names,
just
so
found
she
out
shall not
some
be named.
stuff that I don't want to know right now.
You need
Can
a
we talk
hug?
about it when we're done? I love you, but it's rolling.
You need a hug,
Okay,
baby.
cool. Behind you.
You want
Those
me to know?
stubbies are there in case we need band-aids. Where were we?
So,
Pass, fail.
we're not eligible for college credit. We're not eligible for
Extra credit,
extra credit. We're not
scholarships.
eligible for scholarships, which fucks Tim over bad.
Because he was counting on that
Because
blood rush
he
scholarship.
found out the night before when he was talking to his mom that the police department is trying to fuck her out of her pension.
Mm-hmm.
So she had told him that in order for them to be able to afford his college, he would have to knuckle down and do a bunch of extra credit and get his grades perfect or get a scholarship. And now he can't even get a blood rush scholarship. And he can't do any extra credit.
Pass, fail status. Their party composition changed 3
Which,
times.
if Eggfort was here,
Wouldn't
he
have been
would
a
have
problem.
fucking done some shit and made it fucking fine.
If Eggfort was there, he would have given you guys credit for going on these different adventures.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not in the bylaws.
And then Jawbone stated that because some of us, most of us, are multi-classing, we would need to get these forms done to make sure,
The
it could be
MCATs.
approved in order to start the classes for the multi-classing.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gave them each one, and I'm like, I need more than one.
She's splitting up into 4 classes.
And he's like, "Oh, okay, you need another one?" I was,
Yeah. Sorcerer,
Hermione.
barbarian, bard, and warlock.
Yet another Harry Potter reference.
okay, technically I'm only multi-classed in 3. The 4th one is just so that I can figure out how to make pacts with warlocks.
Tax?
Pacts.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm an
I thought we were
archdevil.
Like a count.
Oh,
Like a
No,
pact.
I'm an archdevil, so they can take me as their patron.
and you didn't need to do that, actually.
Yes, I did.
In order to have a warlock under her, she has to.
Has to learn how to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, but she didn't have to go to school. She has her buddy, Bill.
Bill Seacaster?
Yes.
He's dead.
Yes, but he's one of my colleagues in hell.
Oh.
He's an archdevil now.
Oh.
It ain't shit.
And I actually have a spell to summon him.
He could have taught her everything she needed to know.
Yeah, what's the fun in that?
I mean, the warlock class is at night, so I've already figured out how to do all of
Yeah.
them. As a matter of fact, since I don't actually have to do anything in sorcerer class, even my teacher said that I can take one of the other ones during that period.
Well,
Well, he's like the coolest teacher in
that's my
school.
Cause-
cat teacher. That's how it works.
Like he's one of those teachers.
McGonagall.
Yes.
He's one of those teachers where if you go, "Hey, Mr. Star Diamond," he goes, "Please call me Jace."
Like literally the first
Like,
day
their
of freshman.
desks, they don't have desks. It's beanbag chairs.
The first day of
He's a
freshman
hidden
year, he
teacher.
made the
He's
statement
hidden.
that there's nothing for him to teach because it's an innate thing.
Sorcerers are just born. with
Because
the
I had
magic. They
made
don't have to learn.
I had asked him if we were going to learn anything in there, and he's like, I mean, it's an innate magic. There's nothing for me to teach you, so we're just going to chill. So I used that on him when I went to go get the approval for the.
Mhm.
First of all, Jawbone about jaw dropped when I told him how many forms I needed. So I go to talk to Jace, and I'm like, hey, so do you remember freshman year when you said that, there's really nothing that you can teach us?
I mean, he said it again during the assembly.
And I was like, you remember freshman year when I asked if we were going to learn anything in here, and you said that there was nothing to actually teach? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, I decided to take a couple extra classes to learn stuff, and I need you to sign some forms. And he's like, okay, wow, that's a lot.
I mean, there could be stupid sorcerers that, like, that need a little guidance.
He did sign them all, though.
Oh, yeah, he had no problem signing
He
them.
helped you figure out when to schedule
Yeah,
them and
because the
everything.
sorcerer that decides to take freaking wild magic.
Which we still have not been rolling
Yeah.
for.
Uh,
She could have surged 10 times this game and we didn't find out.
I didn't actually cast that much. But no, he had no problem. He was actually very encouraging of it. I was like, well, I want to learn stuff, And he's like, all right, you know what, here. He helped me figure out I could do my barbarian class instead of my phys ed class because I'm basically going to be doing the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm able to take bard during his class since I'm not going to be doing anything in that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the warlock class is at night anyway, so that would be after school.
Mm-hmm.
So I am able to take all of those classes just fine.
Why is the warlock class at night?
Because the teacher's a vampire.
Oh, makes sense.
So I went to I think I went to the barbarian teacher first.
Yeah, Porter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cliffbreaker.
Yeah. So I went there.
He's not as cool as Jace.
Yeah.
Would it
I-
make more sense for the teacher to teach that? Why would a vampire teach that class?
I mean, they have a werewolf as a guidance counselor.
He's a vampire
Their
warlock.
current principal is a robot that Arthur Eggfort built.
He's on vacation, so we have a substitute
Oh
principal.
yeah, I remember you telling me about this. I said that's not gonna go good.
Didn't I say the same shit?
Not gonna go good.
Oh, they found out real quick. You missed it a minute ago. We were talking about his introduction, and he essentially physically forced them into a single file line to head to class
Yeah,
during
I
an
said
assembly.
he's gonna be by the book.
We called him
Gee.
Dolores Umbridge.
Yes.
Dude,
I
okay.
will not tell lies.
Like,
I made that joke in game.
during the assembly, he did that little thing that evil people do, where they do like this, and he goes, "Perfect order."
I leaned to the group. I said, "I'm must not tell lies.
No.
Dude,
His
the
fucking
best
tub of
part,
oil.
the best part, in my opinion, I loved it. So, after he fucking did that shit, I looked at the group and I was like, look, twice now, I have made this statement and no one has listened to me. So listen to me now, please, when I say, I don't fucking like this guy.
She said that about Golden Horde and Adam.
And both times, they ended up being the...
I gotta point out the thing with Adam is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's
like the Slytherin
Slytherins.
house. So, any boozers. I went to Barbarian first. Preface this by stating what happened when Tim went to Barbarian's class.
Yeah, let me go ahead and let's touch on everyone's class before we talk about multi-classing for the most part. So, Tim goes to class and tries to get Porter to sign his MCAT before class starts. And Porter basically told him, no, because I don't think you're excelling enough in this class to be able to focus on both, number one. Number two, I don't see how mixing a barbarian and a rogue is going to mesh well, because it's two separate styles. And so he was straight like, no, I'm not going to sign that, which pissed him off. Like, Dorian was at the table like, okay.
And it gets worse.
So, he's sitting in his class, jump over.
Tink.
Yeah, Tank went to rogue class, got the clue for the first day. Knows nothing about what it means. Let's see. Kinnear blocked a kick and landed a kick, her first class.
In monk class.
Really impressed her teacher right off the bat, who's more like a dojo sensei than a teacher. Like, their classroom is like an empty dance studio that they set up and do sparring and shit in to practice their moves. But she really impressed the fuck out of Mr. Chi, is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Githyanki. We touched on sorcery class already. So,
Then we did the multi-class.
yeah, that's when we started going around for multi-classing. Zarina went to talk to the cleric teacher, who's new to the school. Some redneck guy from High Court named Bobby Dawn,
And he asked
who's a follower of Helio.
and asked who her deity was, and she told him it was Galakea.
And he said, what's her domain? And she said, mystery and doubt. And he goes, it's a hard sell. You know, because most people, when they're looking for religion, they're looking for answers. You know? Whereas Galakea's thing is embracing the lack of answers.
So he told her if she could make contact with her deity.
Shout out to Vixen, y'all.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Brown.
Who's
Yes!
y'all?
So he told her if she could make Why is that poster dripping?
It's not. It's wet from... I've explained it before. I'm not going to get into it on camera.
Okay. So he got he told her if she could make contact with her deity, he would put the deity on the roster and sign her form.
Mm-hmm.
So
But he wanted her to make contact that way. He knew she had some type of clerical ability.
right. So she went into the room that he specified to do it in.
One of the prayer rooms. They have 6 prayer rooms in the classroom.
Essentially what happens is when you go in, if you make contact with your deity, the door lights up to prove that you've made contact.
Mm-hmm.
So she went
And
in.
it was glowing the whole time
Which,
she was
while
in there.
we were with Jawbone, Galakea had tried to contact her, and she was like, let me get through school,
Yeah, it's
and then
not a good
I'll
time.
get a hold of you. And so when she was like, well, Galakea wants to talk to me anyways, so perfect. And she goes in there and she makes contact. She ends up having what would you call it, like a vision,
No, it's
or
more
just an out of body, like
Yeah.
astral projection,
like
type.
that
So she basically astral projects to Galakea in the forest.
in Sylvain.
And Galakea is sitting there petting Kalina.
Thanks for the spoiler. She didn't see it at first. All she saw was her holding something like this and crying. Fucker. I'll take over for this part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you ruined it. Shame!
When you
Strife.
when you forget
Shame!
when you forget to order something later and I fix it for you, I'll shame you.
Shame. So, she ends up in Sylvain. She sees Galakea with her back to her, and she's crying. So she walks around to the front, and all she sees is her sitting, holding something like this, and she's crying. And when she asks her what's wrong, she says, Craig, which is the only person
Aside
that
from
she
Zarina,
was able to convert over the summer, she says Craig followed Wolfsong, which is Tracker's church,
on social media.
on social media. And so she's basically afraid that she's going to lose her followers and die again, or turn into the Nightmare King again. And that's when she says, I can't rely on you alone. Like, it's not, I can't rely on you, it's, you're not enough.
Like, I cannot put all of this pressure on you.
Exactly. So she's like, you know, I had to get someone else to help. And that's when she noticed that the thing she's holding, she's petting, and it's a small black cat with Kalina's voice. And he was just like, hi, Zarina, how you doing?
Long time no see.
Yeah.
I think that's what she said.
That's what she said, yeah. And that's when she realizes it's Kalina.
And she did not trust her one bit. Even though she had seen her turn back into the familiar, she didn't trust her.
Which, Kalina goes, I'm not bad anymore.
And she's like, I don't believe you.
And Galakea is like, look, Kalina's a good kitty. You know?
Kalina goes, you want to scratch me? And Zarina goes, no. And she goes, you want me to scratch you?
And she just looks at her, she goes, I have before.
So, I think her and Zarina actually got into it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had asked what she had done so far to try and get followers, and she told her, you know, I've talked to friends and family, and I've
Started that
the social media page, you know, and she's like, well, and she told them that she's trying to appeal to the mystery, and because that's what Galakea is, and she basically tells her, you know, that's not enough.
Obviously, it's not working. And Kalina has a pitch where she's going to promise them unlimited power of the true knight in exchange for following Galakea, which at this point in time, Zarina knows is a fucking lie.
Yeah, and she's
like, it's not a misunderstanding, it is a straight up lie, because if Zarina knows that, Kalina knows that.
And Zarina's argument is, we can't just lie to people. That was her whole argument.
And then they just start going back and forth, and then Galakea is like, look, I only have 2 people helping me, they really shouldn't fight. And that's when Zarina was like, okay, I get it.
And they told her to meet them at the mall that weekend. Which Zarina assumed meant Saturday.
Hashtag we'll get there. Did you see Tink's face when I mentioned they were there on Friday? She's like, I thought that. She looks so heartbroken. She's like, oh, I fucked up again.
Devastated. I almost made Tink fucking cry at the table. Hashtag we'll get there. I had you laughing a lot today.
Man, this is a good session.
So
Killer kickoff to the campaign.
yeah. I got a new Archdevil ability today. To summon Imp. My little red trot.
Who's made of your blood.
Yep.
And he jizzes blood when he feels violence brought upon him. Because he's a masochist.
Sometimes.
Well, he's always been a masochist.
No, he sometimes jizzes blood.
Yes.
Hashtag we'll get there. So...
Oh, we didn't talk about your first oracular vision.
Didn't have it yet.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
I had it while I was with the group. At this point, I'm doing the multi-classic.
That's right.
So... clearly because she ends up getting sent back, and because she made contact, she got her form signed,
Mm-hmm.
and Galakea got put on the roster for that class.
Now, the cleric teacher, Mr. Dawn, goes to her parents' church. But because he's teaching a wide array of students, it's part of the thing to get the job. He has to put his proselytizing on the back burner so he can appeal to students with other deities.
So basically what happens
Which is not something, what you would know, is not something followers of Helio are very good at.
Yeah.
Followers of Helio are more like your typical Christians.
Like, her dad does not like that she is a follower of Galakea, but after everything that they've been through...
He's trying to show her more respect and leniency. And
like,
shit.
he even tolerates me now.
Well, he was happy to see you.
He likes me now because I saved his life twice. So...
Like, it's at the point now, the first time he saw Kinnear, she looks demonic. And he was taken aback a little, but then he fought through it. And
he looked
being
at
respectful.
me and then back at her and was like, hi. Like, he was like, but she's okay, so she might be okay.
Right.
Hashtag we'll get there.
Hey, Mac has come a long way. Since season 1, he's come a long way. It just took a lot to get him there.
I made a reference to season 1 when he did that because I leaned over to Zarina and I whispered, not an abomination anymore.
Like, it took a lot to get him there, but he's doing better.
Yeah. He was so shocked when I fucking brought him out of that mine trap in the prison. He was like, why did you save me? I'm like, because you're my friend's dad and I'm not a dick.
I think that's the moment he realized he was wrong about you.
And then I saved him again, getting him the fuck out of the tower. But so that was her multi-class, and then we went to mine.
Yep.
So I went into the barbarian class, and Tim's like, and I'm like, hey. And then the teacher seen me, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to multi-class in here. And he was shocked.
Yeah.
And
He knows you as a rock star.
yeah. And we got to talking, and he asked, what I had done so far. And I told him, well, I blew a girl up from the inside out, and I ripped the throat out of 2 other people with my claws. And he was like, oh. And then he's like, aren't you Gorthalax's kid? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay. And immediately signed my form to approve my multi-class, which pissed him off
Do you
more.
remember why he did that, though? I think his reasoning is what pissed him off the most. Because as he's signing it, Doyen is over here flipping the fuck out. And then he goes, I think you might be a good example for Tim. And Doyen stands up from the table and goes to walk out.
So I tried to do him a favor. I was like, actually, he taught me everything I know about this stuff. So then I went to the Bard class.
Tim goes, does that mean you'll sign my MCAT? He goes, no yet.
So then I went to the Bard class. And then,
This is where it gets funny.
I walked in.
Miss Skullcleaver.
And sitting there, like,
Mrs. Skullcleaver is an elderly orcish woman, half orc, who's dressed like Richard Simmons. And it's another like.
Isn't she wearing tap shoes?
Yeah, it's like another dance. You sing Glee. It's like the Glee club room.
And she's it's like this.
It's like, uh-oh, challenger approaches. And she makes her dance with her while they're talking.
And she basically said that I had to do the dance in order for her to consider it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it. And I had moves because of being on stage so much, so I just went with it.
Best thing, Brennan's group, Fabian, is multi-classing into Bard because he got into dance 2nd season, right?
Did he go,
So
I'm spawned to dance?
He's trying to introduce himself. He goes, my name's Fabian Seacaster. I'm the future of dance. Because, Fabian's obsessed with himself. He's stuck up. And she goes, Dance isn't in the future. What? Dance isn't in the future. Well, when is it? It's always right now. Shit, okay.
So she signed it.
Uh-huh.
I had no problem getting these
She's
forms
the
signed.
sweetest old
She
lady.
is. So
She's right up there with Doreen from freshman year.
yeah. And then Tim went to the road class. Or no, after class, he went to his locker and there was a note taped to his locker from the rogue teacher telling him, I know you're trying to multi-class in rogue.
And I know that Porter said no.
Meet me in the rogue classroom after school.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he went,
He didn't see anyone.
he didn't see anyone, but he heard her talking to him. And
Which, technically, he didn't find her.
no, he's it's fucking funny because he walks in and she starts talking and we're over here like, is she invisible?
That's what everyone assumed.
Thinking she was casting invisibility, and he's still on the Harry Potter references, and he goes, take off your cloak. And she goes, what cloak? And he goes, it's making you invisible.
I think she just laughed at
Yeah,
him.
and we're like, dude, it's not Harry Potter. And Tink goes, invisibility spell. And he goes, oh.
And I'm sitting here behind the screen going, yeah, you're wrong. I didn't say it,
So
but I thought it really loud.
he's talking to her.
If I thought it any louder, they would have heard it.
The funny thing is, I was sitting there thinking about it a lot. And I can't remember what was said about it.
Well, there was 2 clues I gave you. Number 1 was on the piece of paper I handed out with the roster of the faculty on it, where the rogue teacher's race is labeled as unknown.
Oh, and then I did the history check
Mhm.
and remembered
You guys
in
found that?
freshman year we found a roster of teachers and it said one of them had been deceased.
Yeah, one of them was a ghost.
And
Because if you remember, I think one of you broke into the teacher's lounge freshman year, and there was a ghost steak in the fridge.
yeah, and so, you know, I remembered that, and then I got to look at the thing again, it said unknown, and we had asked him why it was unknown. He's like, because nobody's ever seen that teacher. And at first we had assumed it was because you had to find her, and she was hard to find because she was so good at being a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there and I was like, nobody's ever seen her. She's a ghost! That's her race!
I didn't answer, but...
And he goes, and I was like, fucking knew it. And so then I was thinking again, you know, because Tink is wanting to find her to pass that class for the rest of the year to free up some time.
Mm-hmm.
And while she was talking to Tim, she told him that she had a way for him to multi-class, but it would be difficult. And he was like, okay, I'm willing to do it. What is it? And
He's going to be taking a hit when we do downtime.
Yeah.
Because he's going to have to make about as many rolls as you.
Yeah.
Because he's got to make one for Barbarian and one for every year of
She
Rogue.
told him that she would sign the paper, but he would have to sign up for freshman, sophomore, and junior year rogue classes, and pass all 3 that year in order to bypass and get the multi-class done. And so he agreed to it,
Mm-hmm.
and he did the paperwork with her, and
She also said that out of respect, she'd like if he went and told Porter that that's what he was doing.
yeah. So
Which he did. And Porter wasn't a complete dick about it.
about the time I had wrote that note to you asking if he found her 3 times, if it would count, he goes, so if I find you 3 times, does that mean I'll pass each time? She goes, you only have to find me once and you'll pass all 3. And he's like, okay. So I got thinking and I was like, hey.
Now, even if he doesn't find her, he can still pass the class if he does his academic roles.
Yeah.
But if he does find her, it'll nix all that.
Right, and I think that's what he's going to try and go for so he doesn't have as much to worry about. But
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Which I had asked Drew if Hell maybe...
You taboo motherfucker.
I don't know who that is. I had asked if maybe there was a database that Hell would have on Earthbound souls, but no, he said no because the only information they get is when your soul goes down there.
They got so many souls to worry about on the daily, they don't have time to keep tracks on living people.
Now at lunch, when we were leaving the cafeteria, we kind of just RP'd together, chit-chatting at lunch.
Yeah.
Rog was being secretive with texting. And then on the way out, we had me and Zarina.
Oh, also, during lunch, Zarina went to the AV room.
No, that was after lunch.
Was it?
Yes,
After lunch.
because on the way out of lunch was when she ran into her brothers.
That's right.
And I went over there with her. And her one brother classed in Rogue.
Bricker was Rogue, Bucky
You
went
guys remember?
Paladin. How much of what? I'm gonna hand you parts of this shit, because I'll fuck it up.
3 sugar.
Just add.
Yeah. I'm just adding to what's left in there.
Okay.
So Bricker was Rogue.
Yes.
Bricker was Rogue. Bucky was Paladin. because
Bricker is a fan.
Yeah. Bricker is the one that's a fan. Is he a fan of my music too?
Mhm.
He's a fan of the band and my domain.
He has a poster with your last album's artwork on his bedroom wall.
And then Bucky is the goody two shoes, wants to follow in his dad's religious footsteps, so
Mhm.
he went with Paladin. And I'm assuming his deity is Helio.
Fun fact, in the other group, Kristen is the one running for president, and it's her brothers, right?
Yeah.
And so you know the part where he told y'all, he's like, I've done told all my classmates they're going to hell. In that group, he goes, well, I've already told my classmates they're going to hell, so I'll tell them to vote for you. And she goes, I've got a better idea. How about I'll worry about that? And Adeline reaches into the jacket, pulls out a rat grinder's pen, and goes, you just tell all the kids you said are going to hell to vote for Kipper Lily.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Oh! I'm telling Annie about
But
that.
because that wasn't mentioned, you guys did miss a key piece of information about the rat grinders.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
One of the other members.
The gnome?
One you haven't heard of yet.
Okay.
So far, the only ones you know of are the gnome, the kobold, and the dragonborn and the halfling.
I will be doing.
There's 2 more members you haven't run across yet.
I will be doing Fig's actions. Was it Fig?
With Ruben?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Any Hoosers. So, you know, she's talking to them, and Bucky, she's asking, you know, how their first day's going. And Bucky's like, I don't know why any of my classmates don't like me. And she's like, well, how did you introduce yourself? She's like, I told them all they're going to hell, because all the sinners go to hell. And she's like, you can't do that.
I forget why it was brought up, but I believe at one point he started getting worried that he was gonna go to hell for something. What was
Yeah,
that?
because
Do you remember?
I walked up and he started freaking, or no, it was because she's like, you can't do that, that's,
Oh yeah, he said, oh no, I did a racism, didn't I?
yeah, and she's like, yeah, she's like, no, I walked up and he started freaking out, and then she was like, hey, you can't do that, because I walked up, I was like, hey, hell ain't that bad, you know, I
I
work
think
there.
that's what worried him, is he heard that and then saw you with a horn crown.
And then he started freaking out about me, and he said something out of pocket to me. And before I could really respond, she's like, you can't do that. And he goes, I did a racism, didn't I? She goes, yeah, you
Can I
did.
just say that was my favorite line from the
And
session?
he goes, I'm gonna go to hell. Racism's a sin and sinners go to hell. And he ran out crying. And Bricker was looking at me in awe. And I was like, hey, you want to see something cool? And he's like, okay. So I summoned Retrot.
Oh, he was digging Retro.
Oh yeah, he thought it was the coolest shit ever. And then Retrot informed me that we had a lot of souls backed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, how many? What was it, like 5,000?
Yep.
And I was like,
God, you got it right.
I was like, all right, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna give me a list, put it in alphabetical order.
Which he did backwards.
It's like, I'll take care of it.
He's very helpful, but he's also kind of an idiot.
Right? I was like, I'll take care of it after school.
No,
And he's like, okay.
I think he did it I think he did it backwards on purpose so she can get mad and
Punish him?
Maybe. That's actually not a bad idea.
I didn't even consider that.
Me either. I like that. I'm going to use that. Every once in a while, he will purposely fuck up to be punished.
I did bad messages.
Maybe she'll kill me.
Are you going to kill me, mistress?
Here. This needs rinsed. So
For anyone that didn't catch our sophomore year campaign diaries, Retrot is an imp made from the blood of Bex, who is essentially like her secretary, and he is a very horny masochist.
and
He
he,
loves to be physically
I think if he gets killed, he just regenerates, right?
because he's a familiar, technically, yes.
Yeah, he just
He's kind of like Kalina.
basically, if we kill him, my blood that he's made of just reforms him,
Mhm.
and he loves the feeling of it.
It takes 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he gets all
It's a
excited
slow
about maybe
regen.
she'll kill
It's
me.
like Frank from Hellraiser.
Yeah. So we the end of the day
You
we
done
took
with these?
we took our sign form. Well, first Tim went back to Porter
Mm-hmm.
and he showed him what he was doing, and he's like,
He didn't like,
but he
could-
respected it.
Exactly.
And he was like, anyone who's willing to do that much work just to multi-class must want it real bad. And he signed the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's the thing with Porter. He's an asshole and he's strict, but he's real big on respect.
yeah. After lunch
And work ethic. He respects work ethic.
yeah. After lunch was when Zarina went to the AV room. Me, Tim, and Rob went to the Blood Rush field for Blood Rush tryouts. And I surprised Gorthalax because I walked behind Tim.
I don't think you told him you were
We
trying
didn't.
out.
But Tim did tell him that he was bringing someone special to tryouts, and that's all he told him. So when we walked out, I walked behind him since he's so big. And Gorthalax seen him, he's like, hey! And then I stepped out from behind him. And
His
he's like,
face lit up.
he's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm trying out. He's like, really?
And he goes, oh, looks like we're going to have two ladies trying out today.
I was like, wait, what? Because this whole time I have been very excited to be, make history and be the first female Blood Rush player.
Now you see why I couldn't have told you ahead of time. It would
so
have ruined the reveal.
Why don't you tell them who the other one is?
The other female is named Marianne Scuttle. She is a kobold, which anyone that doesn't know about D&D, they're essentially little dragon people about the size of a goblin, so like 2 feet tall. And she's the barbarian for the Rat Grinders, which is a different adventuring party
And she
at the
dresses
school.
like strawberry shortcake.
She wears blue jeans, a pink sweater, and a strawberry plush hat every day. Did I show you her mini?
Yes. And
It
you
doesn't
showed
have
us
the hat on it,
clip-
but
whatever. The blonde.
Kipper Lily. Kipper Lily Copper Kettle.
I'm not going to remember that. So...
Brennan's group, they kept saying her name wrong on purpose.
Oh, I did a callback to
Like,
D20.
Adine calls her Kipper Face Penny Bottle.
Who was it that kept fucking doing the joke about the rat grinders in that group? Was it Allie?
Yeah, Chris. Then she called them the butt fuckers, the rat fuckers.
I pulled both of those today.
She's like, "Oh, you're part of the butt crushers."
He had told me about that running gag with Allie. Well,
Shout out to Allie Beardsley.
shout out. So when we met Kipper Lily. Hey, I got it. When we met Kipper Lily as she was walking away,
Sorry.
you're good. He pointed out a button on her backpack, and he showed us what it looked like. It was 2 gears grinding against the ass end of a dead rat. And as soon as I saw it, it was like, oh, is this the butt fuckers? And he busted out fucking laughing, and they're like, the fuck? So then later, when we met this chick, I was like, is she one of the fucking, the rat fucker people? He fucking died.
Wish Gorthoax had some info on them.
Yep.
We'll talk about that.
That was after tryouts.
Hold on. Quick thing. Your reference to Frank and Hellraiser with the what's his name again?
Retrot.
Wretch
That's
rot.
right.
Wretch rot, but it's one word.
I thought of something that you can have him do every once in a while when he's summoned. When he appears. Like, it's your pleasure.
Too many references.
Pain or pleasure. For him, it's both.
No. What is your pleasure? No.
Yeah, I know. I was making a different joke.
So, tryouts. I think he put
Me with
you up against him.
Because what happened was when we met her and she walked off to the side, Tim's like, can we pair those two up? Talking about me and her.
But the way they go is he takes a person trying out and puts them up against someone that's already on the team.
Yeah, so he's like, no, but if you want, you two can go ahead, because he knew we were close friends. And
that you wouldn't purposely hurt each other.
yeah, and we looked at each other and we were like, oh yeah. So Tim had been the one secretly training Bex for this and teaching her how to.
Also, before we get too into this part, in their group, Adine is the only one with portent. She was not on the field during tryouts. So that high-ass roll that comes in a minute, no one could stop. And she was going up against Gorgug. And she put him on his ass across the field, which is what was going to happen to Tim had you not did the portent. So,
me and Tim went up against each other for my tryout. And he elected to fail the roll so that I could pass and make the team.
Essentially, he made her look good.
So, in-game, that was mechanically. In-game, what happened was we squared off, and when I went at him, I knocked him on his ass.
Essentially, what they're doing is Gorthoax hikes them the ball. They run it toward the end zone. The player on the team tries to stop them from getting to the end zone. And she basically, shoulder rushed him out of the way.
Knocked him back.
So, we did that, and then Max Durden was trying out.
And he was being a smart ass.
Yeah.
Because
he wasn't being a smart ass. He was being a self-centered... It was selfish. He wasn't joining the team because he loves the sport. He wasn't joining the team to make new friends. He was literally only there because he had overheard a conversation about parties and he wanted to be invited.
But if you recall, he was a smartass to me, and then that's when Gorthalax paired him up. So we're standing there
against the captain of the team.
Yes, Gorthalax had my back there. So he was talking about, and I was like, aren't you hella against the whole society organized shit?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, yeah, but you guys are the most popular kids in school, so I figure you're gonna have the best parties, and I can be popular too. And
it's
Tim,
a very self-serving
and he's
attitude.
like, Tim's on the team, so I figure if I get on the team and make friends with him, I was like, you realize you could have just talked to him. And he's like, but we have no other common ground. And I was like, you could have talked to any one of us, trying to
And he obviously hadn't thought of that.
And I was going to point out to him, you know, you are hella into rebellion. If you want someone with common ground, I run the rebellious domain of hell. You could have approached with that, and I would have talked to you about it and introduced you to them, and they would have talked to you. That's where I was going with this. Didn't get to that part before he goes, but you're not on the team. And I just looked at him, and Gorthalax goes, okay, hey Rog, why don't you run this with him?
Question?
Yes.
What class is that dude?
Max,
Yeah.
a fighter.
Yeah. It would be so awesome if he was a warlock.
Oh, so if he would have tried to ask to be my...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then I could have been like, fuck you.
She's already got one warlock student, a sophomore, but a warlock student who is a fan of hers.
And wants me to be their patron.
You don't know that yet.
Yeah, that's...
Yet.
Yeah. So...
His name's Adrian.
The vampire?
Dampier, he's half
Dampier.
vampire.
So... Rog... He went at Rog,
He's like Renesmee from Twilight.
and he went, BAM! And Rog goes, and he fucking bounced back.
Rob's got that dog in him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then it was Marianne's time to try out, and that's when Tim started running his mouth.
So
and
he got
Gorthalax is like, all right, well then you can do this one.
Yep.
And she almost put him on his ass.
Yeah, she
I think he
would
rolled,
have.
He rolled what, like an 18, 19?
No. I think he rolled like a 1.
No, he got a high roll.
No, that was a
Because-
different one. Because I gave him portent twice.
Right. But he got a very high roll.
He got a very high roll.
And he
I
was
think
like
it's
all
a
happy
27
with it.
total.
Yeah, and I was like, cool, she got a 35, and sister goes, what?
Because he rolled like a...
'Cause-
I did portent on her.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what'd she roll?
Because the thing is, Marianne has a plus 15 to her athletics. And she had cast enhanceability. She had it cast on her. Enhanceability gives you advantage on the roll. So she hit a nat 20, which gave her a 35. And I would have said nat 20, but I was like, you know what? The only way he can counteract that is with a nat 20, and he didn't roll a nat 20, so there's no need to mention it. So I'll just tell him what the total is, which was a 15. So she goes, all right, 35. I said 35, and she goes, all right, I'll portent, and I'll give her a 5. I was like, all right, that still gives her a dirty 20.
And he goes,
And that's
I got
when they're
a
like,
27.
Fuck. Yeah, he got in the 20s, yeah.
And he's like, you got a 27? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, that's over 20.
Like, with a natural 5, she still had a 20 to the
Yeah,
roll.
so like she didn't knock him out like she was going to, but he did teeter a little.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, had he not got as high
Did
as
she
he did,
make
or
the
had
team?
you not, oh, yeah. Had you not been there to do that portent, he
He
would
would've
have
been
been put
across
on
the
his ass.
field.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
He would have been in the bleachers.
so after that, I talked to Gorthalax. I asked him for the handbook because we were able to pick up that she had enhanced her abilities. And
That Arcana check.
yeah, so I asked for a handbook. You know, we found out that we can do
Ability enhancing spells are legal. Rages are legal.
flying
And
is
flying
legal.
is legal up to 10 feet.
But we can't. I asked for the handbook to see if shapeshifting was legal, because if it was, then I could use polymorph to be able to turn into something faster or something that
and
can fly.
the only reason that's not a legal move is because of the different shit you could turn into with it.
Yeah, because
a lot
they
of
don't
it
wanna
would give
take
you
the
an
risk of
unfair
it.
advantage.
They don't want to take the risk of a student turning into like a dragon or something and ruining the game for
Right.
everybody. Which is,
Understandable.
yeah. So
And then you can't cast on other people.
which I would have just turned into like a wolf or something, you know, that way I could go faster. But I still have the fly spell,
Yeah.
and I have gaseous form.
Just keep it 10
but that,
feet or lower.
that's shapeshifting.
Yeah, it is.
But I
technically.
you can't do any type of telekinesis or mage hand. And you can't have your companions like
Right.
your animals do it.
Right.
So Apollo couldn't help me, but I could cast fly, or I could cast like jump or something
Or
like
enhance
that.
ability.
Yeah. So
Because literally all enhance ability does is give you advantage on that ability check.
So Gorthalak said that, the roster would be posted the next day. And I talked to him for a minute. As she was walking off, he made the comment that she was a little weird. And knowing my dad well enough, I was able to do an insight check and figure out there was something he was not wanting to say because he knew it was going to be mean. So I was like, okay, outside of the fucking whole school bullshit.
She's like, you're not a teacher talking shit about a student. You're my dad.
I was like, dad to daughter, what were you going to say? And what was it he said?
He thinks that she's socially awkward because she hasn't spent a lot of time around a lot of other students, mainly because most of their adventuring has taken place in these woods right behind the school, doing nothing but killing rats and spiders and like little shit.
Essentially what they're doing is like level grinding in a video game. Like anyone who plays like Fallout or Skyrim, it's essentially like wandering the area and coming across like mole rats or deer or whatever and just killing that stuff repeatedly to get your level up. That's what they're doing. They're killing tiny shit that they know they can kill so that they can improve their spell and fighting abilities
So essentially, if they
without
knew what,
risking their lives.
if the in-game characters knew what the mechanics of the game were, they're essentially thinking, I don't give a fuck about adventuring. I just want badass stats.
Yeah, Nitro made a good comparison. He said it's essentially like they're XP mining instead of milestone leveling.
Yep.
And so Bex was like, "That's fucking pathetic." Like she was pissed, and then she obviously told the rest of her group about that.
I find it hilarious how you have your first rivals, and it's literally the oldest argument in the book. What's better, milestone or XP? Because you guys level with milestone.
I was like, so while we're out here risking our lives and saving the world, they're basically exterminators. And he's like, yeah, pretty much. Like, that's fucking pathetic.
Which is where the name Rat Grinders comes from. They're literally grinding with rats.
Yeah.
They're power gamers.
Then we went to the principal's office to turn in our
Your MCATs.
Yeah.
The multi-class achievement test. It's not a test, so I don't know why they call it
It's
that.
a form, the forms that we had to get signed in order to multi-class.
Brennan came up with the name. Blame him. But
So-
it's essentially like a permission slip.
Yeah. So we went to turn those in to the substitute principal. And
Strife, you want a menthol? Sister, you want a marb?
yes, please. Thank you.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna put it in my pack though because I just put one out.
I just put out a blunt, so I need nicotine.
Yeah. Oh, I know. So essentially what happened next, Tim started talking shit to the robot.
That boy is never gonna learn
To not talk shit.
to just shut the fuck up and do what he needs to do. Every season now, he has done some shit that he thought was gonna be real cool, and all it's done is get him in more trouble.
Because every time what it boils down to is he's told he has to do something a certain way, and he
His
argues
ego
it.
gets in the way.
Yeah. So I
made an
forgot
example
what
out
it
of his
is that
ass.
he said, but he pissed him
Yeah,
off.
I don't remember either, but he was talking mad shit.
And the robot was like, detention. And he's like, fuck you. And he starts to leave, and the robot put a fucking net on his ass and drug him out to the fucking field for detention.
He crop dusted the robot first.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
He farted in his face and left, and he goes, detention, and fires a fucking net at him, catches him, drags him to the blood rush pitch, and makes him run laps for 2 hours after school.
While chasing behind him like Iron Man going faster, faster, faster. So on our way out of the school,
Like, we legit had RP for like what 10, 15 minutes at the table, and Dorian couldn't do shit but sit there because I'm like, no, you're still in detention.
So on our way out of the school, Kinnear and Zarina had decided to go to the mall with me because I needed to get a new phone. And on our way out, I got my oracular vision.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So,
Call back to sophomore year.
because I'm an Elven Oracle, I have certain, and an Archdevil, I have certain abilities that I gain over time for each thing. And one of my abilities for being an Elven Oracle is I get these visions. And basically what happens is
It's like That's So Raven visions.
Yeah, I zone out, my eyes start glowing nothing but blank white, and I see some vague ass shit.
That she has to figure out what it is.
Yeah. And sometimes I can figure it out, and sometimes I don't understand it until it happens. And
like Zarina in the Void.
Yeah. Well, in this one, I saw some figure. Could I even make out the face?
No,
When he
they
took
got
the-
the full suit on. He didn't
Well,
take the helmet off.
You said he did.
No, the night that brought you the scroll took his
That's
helmet
right.
off.
So, some figure was wearing the armor of pride, which for anyone who has watched our videos of sophomore year, you'll remember
Well,
it was...
If we're explaining what it is, it's more for the people that didn't watch sophomore
Right.
year.
So, essentially, it was in my domain in hell. There is an area that has suits of armor that were crafted for the 7 deadly sins.
That Gorthalax collected while he was Archdevil there.
And one of them is the armor of pride, and it's made out of mirrors because, pride and vain. And that is the same suit that Galir stole from that domain and ended up using to help us.
In the Nightmare Forest.
That's the one that he wore when he jumped out.
The I have no pride speech.
And the Marilith started taunting him about it, talking about how it'll eat away at his pride until he's dead. And he looked at him, or he looked at her, and he goes, "I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Let me do it.
Do the honors,
It's
please."
my favorite Galir scene.
I told it to Lydia, and so now, anytime I do it, I go, "I assure you, demon," and she does it with me.
Anyone, if you haven't watched sophomore year Game Diaries, go back and watch. I probably do this monologue in there too. It's my favorite moment that Galir's had. So the Marilith
It's the one time he wasn't a comic relief.
Right. She's essentially, like she said, she's like the armor of pride will latch onto whatever pride you have and slowly eat away at you. And he says, "In my haste to put the armor on, I accidentally clipped the tip of my penis in one of the leg plates. And now when I move it, feels like it might come off. So, I assure you, demon, I have no pride." And Decap Strife laughs. It's my favorite moment with him. So, what did you see? That was a long-winded way of explaining the armor of pride.
So, I saw this figure wearing the armor of pride, and I recognized it.
And like
And
immediately.
what was weird is, was he seeing me through the vision, or was that...
I'm not going to tell you that.
Because it reminded me...
Matter of fact, you don't even know if it's a he. Because the voice was like an eerie whisper.
It reminded me of the time I had tried to scry Kalina, and she saw me.
Yeah, because he was like they were walking towards you.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. So I don't know if he was like using the vision.
I'll say this. You get the feeling that the entity in the armor knows who you are, knows where you are, and will follow through on what they said.
So I've got to figure out what he's talking about.
Anyway.
So he or she tells me, it was not yours to take. I'm coming for you. And then I saw a flash of red, and suddenly
That
the
ended
vision
up
stopped.
being more important than you thought it would be. Because when you...
I know what that flash of red was.
When you talked about that vision to the party, the flash of red you never brought up. And I was sitting behind the screen worried. I was like, oh no, she didn't pick up on that. Because it's a very important detail.
Oh! Fuck!
Told you the pieces are coming together, y'all.
Oh!
She just put another piece together live in front of you guys.
FYI, this is what it looks like at the table when we fucking figure something out. What?
I'm trying to think of something.
By the way, we did miss something that ties into that. While Zarina was talking with Galatea, she kept having these pains, and every time it hit, her chest would flash red.
I was wondering what the guy in the armor said. Did it have anything to do with the big baddie we dealt with last season?
It has to do with something that happened last season, but it's not about the Nightmare King.
I'm trying to figure out what we took. Was it Gleer taking the armor?
I mean, I did make a point of pointing out to Kinnear that one of those suits was missing.
Yeah, but didn't Gleer leave it in the forest? When it spat him out?
Why do you think someone else is wearing it?
So that wasn't like a past vision. That actually happened. Okay.
You were saying that in real time.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Anyways.
They're not always past. Think about it. The vision you had about Zarina was
in
future.
the future. And the one I had about me later was almost like a warning. So sometimes they're past, sometimes they're present, sometimes they're future, and sometimes they're just a warning of what could happen. Not necessarily what. Sometimes it's what will. Sometimes it's what could.
Sometimes it's
what
did.
was, and sometimes it's right now.
Yes.
Fuck! Holy shit! Okay.
You guys are seeing this in real time. She's just now putting this shit together.
Oh my god. Okay, that changes my whole perspective on these visions and makes them that much more complicated to unravel. Oh, okay. So I told everyone about the vision because
Except for the red flash.
I think by now, at least Zarina and Tim, because they've been with me the whole journey of the oracular stuff and the Archdevil stuff.
Kinnear was there too. She just didn't understand what the fuck you were talking about.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. With Tim and Zarina, they've been with me from the beginning, so they kind of know what it looks like when either when something new is happening or when I'm doing something I've done before, like getting a vision. You know.
They were there when the vision started.
Whereas Kinnear is still trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
So we're having to stop and explain, oh, well, this is what's going on.
To use a line from Aladdin, she's in a whole new world.
A dazzling place she never knew. So, Zarina sees me do that, and Kinnear is like, the fuck is going on? And when I came back, Zarina immediately, what did you see? Because she recognized it as one of my visions. Kinnear is like, see? So I explained.
You looked blind. How'd you see anything?
I think what I said at first was, you know how sometimes we have this like life or death people trying to fucking track us down and kill us? Apparently that's fucking happening again. Yeah. And Kinnear goes, what? So I was like, all right. So I had another vision, and I told him what it was, but I didn't think to mention the red flash because at first I didn't think anything about it.
It was just a real quick.
Yeah.
Think about it though. This tastes bad.
Yep. At least I picked up on it faster this time. I don't think any of us picked up on that until you told us. So,
Yeah, at the end of the season.
as soon as I get done telling them that, before anything else can happen, this knight, and when I say a knight in shining armor, it's literal, not a figure of speech, rides up on a white horse, literal, and gets off the horse and comes straight up to me and takes off his helmet and goes, "Are you the Elven Oracle?" And I'm like, fuck! Because...
She just knew it was going to be another old wizard.
Yeah, okay.
Because he was an older guy.
It was an old guy. Well, Session 0, we established that now I have a bunch of old wizard dudes tracking me down going, Elven Oracle, tell me this. Will this happen?
By the way, I've got one planned for next session.
Oh, gods. So I assumed it was going to be another one of those, and I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, and he takes this beautiful fucking scroll case, and he goes, what was the order called?
The Order of the Sacred Scroll.
He's like, I am the last knight of the Order of the Sacred Scroll. All of my brothers have fallen. We have been around for 1,500 years just to deliver this to you now. And he hands it to me and he goes,
you saw like a wave of relief wave over
like
him.
he
once
finally
knew his
found
job was
who it
done.
was that was supposed to retrieve it.
Yeah.
And he hands it to me and he goes, my mission is complete. I may join my brethren in oblivion. And he just walked off and left his horse and takes like...
Left his helmet laying on the ground too.
Takes like, can we take the horse?
Like we said earlier.
No, that was me asking if the horse was still there.
Yeah. So Tink ended up riding it to the mall. Because he was like, are you going to look at the scroll? I was like, not right now, you know, because normally when shit like that happens, it's some life or death shit. And I wasn't opening anything that could be life or death in public just in case it was dangerous because I had just had that weird ass vision.
Right.
So three of us went to the mall. After Tim finished his, something else happened right before we left. The student council president walked up to
Maisie.
Kinnear.
Who is the student president this year? I don't think
We did.
Did we?
Yep. When we
Okay.
talked about Tim going to the booth.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, continue.
So, walks up to Kinnear and is talking to her about, you know, the person who was like the party person
Jim Peppercorn.
graduated last year.
Mhm.
So, you know, I know you're the new Seacaster kid, and I was wondering if maybe that could be the party house this year. Yeah. And Kinnear's thinking about it, and Nitro goes, you notice as she's talking to you.
He passed an insight check.
Yeah. And he's like, you notice as she's talking to you, her tone is very flirtatious. And
She's like doing this.
and
with
Kinnear
her
goes, okay.
eyes. Mind you, he had already told me before we sat down to play today, when I mentioned to him that there was a female Minotaur, that he was gonna try to date her.
Bear in mind,
So I was like, I've got an in.
in this group, that now makes, counting the honorary Goonies, 2 lesbians, a gay guy, and a bi chick. We are so inclusive.
I'm just saying, anyone that remembers or doesn't, Rog started a group at the school for LGBT students.
I forgot about that.
They meet after school on Wednesdays.
That
That's
club?
awesome.
Huh?
It's like considered the club?
It will count for extracurriculars, yes.
I can't do extracurricular though.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can.
do extra credit.
You don't have any extracurriculars right now. You're literally just following us
Extra
around.
credit is not the same as extracurricular.
I misunderstood. Well, I guess I found something for her to do.
There you go.
Oh no. The cigarette you gave me is punctured. It's still
That's not the
smokable.
one I gave you. That's a Sonoma.
No, it's not. It says right there, Marlboro. It's still smokable.
That looked like a mountain from where I was. I'm legally blind though.
I'm getting
anyway.
my glasses finally.
Yeah, you told me.
Awesome.
Where were we?
So, then we went to the mall because I was going to get a new phone. Zarina, pretty much always goes with me. If she has to go somewhere, I go. If I have to go somewhere, she goes.
Yep.
And Kinnear is like, you know, I'm just gonna stick with my new friends because I need something to do and they're cool. So we went to the mall. We've noticed a few new shops that we're hiring. I borrowed.
And the only one in the group, there's 2 people in the group that would greatly benefit from getting a job, and neither one of them wanted to. Yes, you're one of them.
I have a job. I'm
No,
trying
you
to
don't.
keep up with it.
You're like an inch away from being fired from that job, and you owe a fuck ton of money.
Maybe I should get another job.
I'm just saying.
So, I used Zarina's
Just-
phone again.
To interrupt, the whole shit that went down with the mall at the end, the way y'all were supposed to find out that was happening is by whoever got a job at the mall seeing it while working and calling it in. And since no one got a job,
You had to get creative.
I had to pull Rod going to get supplies out of my ass. It's the dogs.
So,
They're used to when they go out, I let them in through here.
So I used Zarina's phone again, and I called my bank first because, remember, Jawbone had told me that I owed 50,000 gold to my record label.
Which you just now found out they tried to pull.
Yeah, they because I was calling my bank to see what I had in checking and savings so I could pay them and then see what I had left over.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they had already contacted my bank. And because they had tried to pull what I owed and all I had was 30,000, I was 20,000 overdraft. So I then called Gleer and I was like, so you've had a lot of good luck lately. He's like, yeah. I was like, you got this cruise, you got a new wife, and you.
He got bumped up to first class on the way.
I was like, you got this new wife, and you're in a really, really good financial state these days, and I need help. And he's like,
Typical kid, call your dad and ask for money.
he's like, well, how much do you need? And I was like, 20,000.
Not a typical kid.
And he's like,
Typical kids ask for $5-10.
that's an awful lot. I was like, plus a little extra to get a new phone. And he's like, okay, I cannot give you 20,000, but you can use my credit card to get a new phone.
Oh, she went all out on that.
So I sent Apollo to the manor, to his room, to get the credit card, and he brought it back. And I got the latest crystal with the warranty. And Kinnear said something about, I was like, said something about the phone thing first. And I was like, oh no, he owes me. And she's like, what? I was like, no offense to you or anything, but he got a new wife and a new kid, and I was the last to know all of it. He owes me at least
Like I
a
said,
phone.
she's a whiny little butthurt. I didn't say the word
So
this
then,
time.
Kinnear's like, well, there is something you could do about the 20,000. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you can ask Zandre for help. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna work. And she's like, why? And let me preface this by saying I'm sure Strife only said that in character because he was willing to have Zandre help. But logically in the universe, Bex isn't gonna expect that. And this is what she explained why.
And logically, Kinnear would not have known that.
Yeah, so I told Kinnear, I don't think he would, simply because, yes, we are good friends. Yes, we've been through a lot together. Yes, we have a mutual respect. But it wasn't always like that. And the first time we were hanging out, I called him the money. So if I call him asking for money, that's not going to go over well. Now, I'm sure...
The minute you said something, he'd have been like, oh, so I'm just the money again, huh? Now, look me in the eye and tell me he wouldn't have said that. For those of you that can't, well, none of you can see, Strife is off camera doing this.
Now, I'm sure since Strife made a point to have that comment, I'm sure if Bex does at some point decide to contact Zandre, she might be able to work something out with him because it was Strife's idea. That's his character. He wouldn't bring it up if he wasn't willing to do something like that.
I don't know. Depends on how much of a dick he feels like, because I would.
But
I have, actually.
He might. I'm pretty sure he would, but he might put some stipulations on it.
Which is understandable.
I've had plenty of NPCs give you guys bad ideas on purpose just to see if you do it.
Yeah.
But the NPC doesn't know it's a bad idea. They think it's a
Right.
good idea.
Well,
It's served to prove that you're not going to be able to sneak the right answers out of the GM
Yeah.
through NPCs.
basically, right now, Bex, logically speaking, in world, doesn't think that it would work. It doesn't think it would be a good idea. Now, that's not to say that if she's not, still struggling after a while, she might just buckle down and be like, okay, I gotta be that bitch and ask for help. And he's the only one I can think that would be able to. But at this point, she thinks it's a really bad idea and doesn't want to take the risk of pissing him off.
Mm-hmm. Where were we?
So she got new
That
crystals.
was a long tangent.
She downloads all of her contacts and immediately sends a message to all of her contacts. Let them know, this is Bex, this is my new number.
Save it.
Yeah. That way, all at once. Gorthalax has it, Gleer has it, Sandra Lynn has it, Lola has it,
Zarina
Zarina has it. Everyone's got, Ida has it for when she has signal again.
Right.
When she's in a time period where she can receive a message.
Where phones exist.
Yeah.
You continue. I gotta drain the lizard.
What?
The one person that doesn't have the number. One person doesn't have the number.
Oh yeah, I didn't have Kinnear. Yeah, we were hanging out with you before I got taken. I would have had you in my contacts.
I guess that's true.
So after that, we saw Rog over in the food court sitting with somebody, and I don't remember his name, but he's friends with Riz in the AV club. And he was acting very strange when Zarina had gone to the AV room. He had been texting, and then he quickly hit it. And then we saw Rog with him.
No.
In the,
God.
I shut the door. What's wrong?
I'm trying not to let them in here while he's out here.
Oh, yeah. Put her. No, cat. This way. Oh.
Jack, get.
Come on, Coco. Come on, Coco.
She's soaking wet.
Yeah.
Hell no, you ain't going in right now. Come on.
Get. Outside. You come back in later.
I just beat her ass anyway. Not beat her, but I whooped her ass for doing an house man. I seen Georgia hit her and she went. I said, no, she gets to get an ass whooping. Move.
Where were we?
what's the name of the guy that was sitting with Rog in the food court?
Shelford.
So we seen him. They were sharing.
We didn't mention
I did. I just went over it.
the AV club scene?
Yes.
Okay.
So they were sharing a strudel
Yes.
and a drink with 2 straws.
Yes.
And
And
so
holding hands.
and we were super excited for him, so we walked over.
They ambushed these boys.
Well, at about that time, Tim had finally.
Rod was on a date for the first time since they've known him.
We
and
were
they
excited
ruined it.
for him.
They made his boyfriend run off.
We fixed it later. We made up for it.
Man.
We made up for it.
Okay.
Anyways, so
Continue.
about that time, Tim finally got to the mall, and he was walking up to the food court, and I sat down next to Rog, and
Shelford was pissed.
he flushed and tried to take off running, and all Tim seen was me sit down and then this dude take off running. So on instinct, he's like, oh, something's going on, and grabbed him. And so he teleported out, and Rog was pissed.
He straight yelled at you.
Yeah, we were like, was this a date? And he's like, it was. And he said that he wasn't out yet. And we were like, but why? It's not that big of a deal. And he's like, it fucking is to him. And he took the fuck off, and we were like, oh, we fucked up.
Yeah, if you think about it, he's been in this relationship for a month and hasn't even told you guys.
Yeah, so, we were just excited for our friend. So...
There's, if you remember, baby, freshman year in the AV club, there was that really fucking nerdy turtle kid.
The
That-
one that reminds you of that one girl.
He's like,
Family Guy.
fucking so. But like,
Early enough for the turtle club.
y'all found out that he was like super depressed all the time about something. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's not out yet.
The dude in the camera room, yeah.
Yeah,
Behind the camera.
that's who Rog is dating.
Makes sense.
So,
Which I believe I told you at the end of sophomore year. I was like, Rog is gonna have a new relationship next year.
I went to the school to do the Warlock class to get the teacher to sign off. And they all wanted to go with me to work that night for some reason. So I told them to just meet me at my house after I got done with this and they could come with me. So I went back to the school and I went to the Warlock classroom and the
Mrs.
vampire
School.
teacher was sitting over there. And I walked up to her and I was like, I need you to sign this for a multi-class thing so I could take this class. And she asked why I wanted to take it. I told her, I was like, I'm an archdevil and I really just need to learn how to
Write up a contract.
how to work up packs for warlocks for me to be their patron.
Mm-hmm.
And she recommended that I take the class fully. And she's like, you know, you might even learn an extra thing or two that you're not going to learn in sorcery class. And I was like, okay. And this kid in the front row piped up.
Percy.
What did he say?
He was bitching that I forget something about you're a sorcerer and the only reason she's letting you in here is because you're famous or some shit like that.
The fucking guy behind him was out of game.
Let's not go that far into it yet.
All right,
We'll
well,
save that.
he's this messy, dark-haired kid who's a Dompier, and he kicks the kid's seat, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up! Don't you know who that is?" And then he flashes a pin for the alabaster carnation that he's got, and I was like, "Hey, respect." And he's like, "Oh."
He was fanboying. He looked like I did when I met Humble.
Mm-hmm. Go watch that video.
Yeah,
So
sit down with Humble Among. Check it out.
she signed the form, and I texted them like, "Hey, fix and go to work. Come to my house." And I went home, and then we went down to my basement where I've got a pentagram, and I summoned Bill Seacaster so that we could get it right to my domain. So the fucking pentagram fucking lit up in flames and a portal opened to the Goonie where Bill was, and we hopped down. And so on the way he was talking to us and offering us like fucking snuff powder and shit. And I was like, actually, do you think you can hook me up with your contact up there? That way I can get some for this party we're throwing for, you know, Rog asked for some. And he goes, for Rog? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I got you. And he hands me a what was it?
It was a
dragon
hollowed out
head
dragon's head.
full of high quality snuff powder, like enough so that Tim took a tiny bump to test it and got fucked up.
And didn't really roll that low.
Mm-mm.
Oh yes, he did.
Did he?
He rolled.
Yeah,
a
he
one.
rolled a 1, but then it got moved to a 2.
For those who don't know why, my character has an ability to where all my allies get a +1 if they're within 30 feet of me on all disadvantage rolls.
So he did that, and then we got to my domain, and I told them, you know, like, be comfortable, do whatever.
Mhm.
I've got to get this done. I took my list from Retrot, and Kinnear mentioned that she wanted to look around, but I knew she had never been here like they had, so I told Retrot
Give her a tour.
to go with her, make sure she gets back safely. If anything happens, come get me. And it's like, okay. So he went with her. I asked Zarina to start looking through my books for anything involving the Armor of Pride and anything involving the Mirror Dimension. And while they did that, And Tim was kind of just riding out his high, I think.
Uh-huh.
While they did that, I did my soul shit. And the last one that came across my desk
Shout out to former member Tank.
was Adam motherfucking Aberdant.
Who, if you don't remember, they killed at the end of last season.
And what did he say when he showed up?
Fuck, I don't remember.
He goes, "Hey, thanks." I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Hey, your attitude changed a lot during that conversation.
It did. But at first I was like, "Oh, here we
You wanna
go."
explain how that went down before we jump into what they found?
So essentially, this soul thing that I have to do for work is the souls that come through my domain. I have to go through and interview each one and decide,
What their punishment is.
yeah, like what level of hell they're going to spend eternity, what level of suffering they're going to go through.
And the way it goes is the first circle of hell is the lightest punishment, and the ninth circle is the harshest punishment. The bottomless pit is in the ninth circle.
So, I was like, I started off basically talking shit to him, talking about all the different ways I can
Until
make
he
him
finally
suffer for
broke down
eternity.
and was like, "You want to fucking know something?"
No, that's not what happened. He was fucking damn near terrified.
Uh-huh.
And
That's why I said he broke down.
what I told him was, I'll make you a deal. I don't think we ever apologized for what happened on Zandre's ship. And he's like, "No, you didn't." And I was like, "I'll make you a deal. I'll give you that apology, and you give us one for stabbing us in the back."
Yeah, that's when he started explaining his
Yeah.
motive. Let's talk about that real quick.
He was like, it was Kalina. And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he said that she had come to see him, just like she had with us. And he had pointed out she had pointed out to him that the people we were going against were his only family, and that the people he was trying to help couldn't even be bothered to remember his name because we always called him the Ball. And he's like, and then the ship happened, and he was like, "I had enough." So when she came back, I agreed. He's like, "I'm sorry for fucking y'all over because that wasn't cool. But I had my reasons. And hopefully now you understand them." And I was like, "You know what? You're right. That was fucked up. And I'm sorry that we didn't give you a real fucking chance."
It was a surprisingly emotional scene.
So I took his paper and I was like, "Here's what I'm going to do." And I signed something and I stamped it and I handed it to him. And he looks at it and he goes, "Because I sent him to the first circle." Well, during that time, while I was going through the other souls, Kinnear was looking around and noticed that the armor of pride was still missing. And then had looked and seen the different levels and the huge, and had asked Retrot how long it would take to get up there, because she had asked about Vraz, and he had told her that her domain is in the first circle, and she had asked how long it would take to get there, and he's like, "It takes me a week
Per circle.
Yeah. So when Adam zipped up, Kinnear just
Caught a ride.
Did Retrot grab onto Kinnear?
Yeah. So he's like, Kinnear grabs his pant leg, and then Retrot grabs her pant leg, and they're just flying upward like Winnie the Pooh with the balloon.
Is there more coffee?
A little bit.
I'm gonna let you take over between y'all what happened up there, because I wasn't in here for that anyways, while I get some coffee.
Not a whole lot happened, honestly. So they get up there. I think Kinnear hid behind a pillar
Yeah.
and like peeked around and saw Braz and saw how much her physical appearance had changed. And it took everything she had not to go over there and attack the bitch. But she ended up like parkouring back down. While this is going on, Zarina's going through the books. She didn't find nothing on the mirror dimension, but she did find a book called The Armors of Sin, which goes over the 7 different suits of armor. But a lot of information on the Armor of Pride had been redacted, including the name of the goddess that created it.
The goddess that dealt with a lot of what?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Most of her followers were fallen angels, aka demons and devils.
Like?
Like one that Gorthalax knows. You haven't found that out yet.
Okay.
What?
But Gorthalax was a fallen angel.
So that's who I
Originally,
decided to
his
talk
name
to.
was Gorthio.
I'm pretty sure she asked.
No, what I did was I asked about the goddess who made the.
Mm-hmm. She didn't ask about other fallen angels.
Oh.
But
You gotta ask the right
originally,
questions.
before he was a pit fiend, before he was a devil, he was an angel named Gorthio. And when he fell is when he became a pit fiend. So when angels fall from grace, they turn into either a demon or a devil, depending on if their alignment is chaotic or lawful, right? Because devils are lawful evil, whereas demons are chaotic evil.
And I think he. Wasn't he the angel of eating just enough?
He was the angel of eating the right amount of food,
And then when he fell, he became Gorthalax the Insatiable.
to where nothing would quench his palate.
But any hoosers. And then when we were all discussing it and I started looking at it, what else did I find?
I thought you said you was gonna take a break.
I don't remember. You're gonna have to do it. This is
The law
why
thing.
I
The
have
law
you on the
thing.
show.
The fucking
I
law
have
thing.
okay. I have stoner memory. This is why you're supposed to be doing most of the talking. So essentially, she finds a phrase that says "Oblavati Mori," and she can't really find nothing else on it. And I think it was Pock that you guys talked to that Gorthalax didn't know.
Yeah, because when we got back, or the next day,
Yeah.
the next morning, he summoned Pock on the Blood Rush field with me and Gorthalax, so we
Mhm.
talked to both of them at the same time.
Yeah, so she mentions it to Gorthalax. He doesn't know what the fuck it is, but Pock seems to know it as a divine law, which essentially keeps gods from discussing dead gods, like to the point where they can't talk to mortals about them, and they can't even speak their name out loud.
Sorry.
And then anyone else that might have known about that god after they died forgot the name.
And that's why whenever I asked Gorthalax about the goddess that made the Armor of Pride, because her name had been scratched out,
Mhm.
he said, I can't seem to recall
Yeah.
her name.
Like he knew it was a her. He knew who you were talking about. He just couldn't remember the name.
Which tells me that he used to know about her.
Mhm. I'll put it this way, out of character knowledge, just to give you a little, make you feel good about being on the right track. One of her followers was his best friend back in the day.
I found out I made the Blood Rush team. And then we jumped to that Friday. Right?
I believe so.
Yeah, that Friday.
Is there anything we're missing before we jump to Friday?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think that was all we did the next day so we could do the time jump.
Yeah, because it was getting late.
Yeah.
It was like 9 something at this point.
So we jumped to that Friday and
Holy fuck, look at our time.
I can't read it. I need new glasses.
Almost 3 hours. And
So,
I can't edit this. So.
I keep trying to get back on track, and then you keep doing that.
You're welcome.
You're the one pissed about the time frame.
I didn't say I was pissed. I just said look at it.
Anywho.
She makes assumptions. Got onto her for that earlier.
Anyways.
I was saying it.
You are why this is so long.
Come on. You're welcome.
They did this to me at the table. Like, I kept trying to get on track, and they did this over him and Doyen and Tink.
She deserves it because she's always fucking up my plans.
Like with the night yard.
Yeah, with the fucking night yard.
I'm fixing it. Anyways, so on the way out of school Friday, Rog asked if anyone would come with him to the mall to find out or to get supplies for the party. He told us a little bit more about his boyfriend being in the closet.
By this time, she had given him the bag of Coke, and they
he
were
was
best
good.
friends again.
So him and Tim went to the mall.
I'm sorry, snuff powder.
Zarina and Kinnear went to the Seacaster Manor to start setting up, and I had finally gotten inspiration for a song, so I rushed home to get it done real quick so I could debut it at the party and get it recorded for this album I'm trying to put together because I'm having serious writer's block, and this is the first song I've been able to do. So while Tim was at the mall with Rog, he saw Galakea and Kalina, who was now back in tabaxi form, handing out pamphlets in the middle of the food court. And he still held a grudge against Kalina for his dad.
Oh, yeah.
So he marched right over, and Rog just kind of followed.
Oh, fun. I gotta do it again. Fun fact. When the shit happened, when they found out Kalina was back, Kristen was talking to everyone about it, and then goes, Riz's dad's girlfriend, Kalina?
Oh my god. So, what happened there?
So essentially, they're proselytizing, and Zarina was supposed to be there with them.
And they asked where she was. And he tried to cover for her. He's like, oh, yeah, she thought y'all meant tomorrow. I'm gonna call her right now. And then what happened to Galakea before he could call Zarina?
She started spasming and having those pains, and at this point, part of that red light bursted from her chest and took a crystallizing form, and she collapsed to the ground. And then Kalina looks at Tim and goes, you need to get Zarina here now.
And the crystal touched someone. Who did it touch?
Oh, some old guy. What happened?
I think it was an old wizard dude.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was an old wizard
He was
dude.
probably waiting for the oracle to
Shut
show
up, Coco.
So this old wizard dude sitting with another one, his buddy, having lunch, and the crystal touched him. And he basically turned into Abomination from the Hulk.
Yep.
And beat his buddy's head in to death. And that's when Kalina made that comment.
Yeah.
And Tim did not hesitate. He got Zarina on the phone quick. By that point, I had gotten to
She's
see
like,
Pastor
okay.
Manor.
He's like, you need to get here. She's like, all right. He's like, Galakea is on the floor, and she goes, shit, I'm coming.
And me and by that time, I had made it to Seacaster Manor. So me and Kinnear are like, what's going on? And she's like, Galakea, gotta go. And we're like, we're coming. As we got there, I sent Apollo to go hook up a flash drive to the intercom system to start a playlist to use for Bardic Inspiration for the group. And when we got there, I think 2 more of those crystals come out of her chest. And didn't one of them graze
Someone?
Yeah.
we'll make the reveal the same way I did it in game.
Okay.
Because none of y'all saw it touch that person.
I didn't think we did. That's why I was so confused when you mentioned the color.
Like when I moved it, if you paid attention, I moved it extremely close to her.
That's why I didn't catch on at first when you mentioned the eye color.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you asked what her eyes normally look like, that's when it clicked. And I was like, wait, how did it get her though? And then you said it grazed, and I was like, oh.
All it takes is a touch.
So, combat started, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Now, we don't have to hit too much on this combat because it wasn't really that long. We just need to touch on the important shit.
And what I'll touch on is the first guy that got touched by the one that went into the one dude. Kinnear, I think, killed him.
Yep.
And when he died, he went back to himself.
And that's when she felt super bad about it.
She felt awful because she didn't know it was just some old wizard dude.
Right.
When we got there, he was already a monster.
Hulked out, yeah.
So she thought he was just a monster. And then I think Rog, we noticed when the thing, he looked absolutely fucking terrified, like he'd seen it before. Because I made when you said that, I made the comment, he knows what these are. He's seen this before. Zarina healed Galakea, and she got back up.
Galakea said something when she saw the crystals, too. Do you remember?
You're supposed to be dead.
She's like, I thought you were dead. How is this possible? I thought you were dead.
I honestly think that is related to the goddess whose name's been redacted.
Could be.
And if we ask Galakea about it and she refuses to say the name, I'm going to have my suspicion confirmed. So I can't remember what Tim did on his first turn. Oh, he attacked the one because him and Rob both attacked that one, and that's why Kinnear was able to kill it.
Because Tim went to attack it, and then after he got his hits in, it fucking clobbered him, which pissed off Rob because that's like his brother.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Nut tap central, bitch."
Yeah.
And uppercutted him.
And that's why when we got there, Kinnear was able to just outright kill it.
Mm.
And then I was after Kinnear, and that's when I made Zarina Tink damn near cry at the table because I had talked to her right before this, and she was like,
she was so pissed during this combat because she was like 99.9% sure Galakea was going to die.
She was convinced that each turn somebody had, Galakea would drop dead. She was convinced it was going to be that fast. We had to
It kind of was.
But we had to explain to her, like, each round is 6 seconds.
Yeah.
She's not going to die before the round's over. Calm down. So, I look at, up until this point, it has been established since freshman year.
Oh, we forgot to mention something else about the food court. Something that was hovering in the air in the center of it.
Oh, there's a new clock in the food court that looks like Eggford's time stopwatch.
Mm-hmm. Because that does come into play.
But it's been established since freshman year that Bex has never been a very religious person. She doesn't really have a deity. And now she's an archdevil, so people just assume that she has some dark one, even though she don't have one. Well, she had recently decided to follow one and hadn't said anything yet.
Don't tell me, tell them. I've been here for the whole... In the words of Sam Reich, I've been here the whole time.
I feel weird talking to the camera sometimes directly, so I have a bad habit of turning back and forth between you and the camera. because it's more natural for me to talk to a person.
Well, we got to engage with the community.
So Bex shocked Zarina while I think making Galakea very fucking happy.
And she continues to look everywhere but the
I'm
camera.
used to talking to a person.
You're talking to a bunch of people.
So
Engage.
I by the time it got to my turn, the other two things that had come out of her chest had had absorbed into two other people and hulked them out too, and one of them was a centaur. So I turned to that one because I saw it as the biggest threat because the others were already actively working on the other one. So I turned to the centaur and I cast Calm Emotions on him because was that an Arcana check or an Insight check?
I think it was Arcana.
Arcana check had revealed that they had an aura of rage around them.
The crystals did.
So I got the idea to cast Calm Emotions to see if neutralizing the rage reversed it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't really want to kill innocent people who had no control over this happening.
Especially after you
to them.
saw what happened to that one guy.
Yeah. Like, it was obvious it could be undone. We just had to figure out how. So I cast Calm Emotions on him and I told him, my goddess just got saved. You're not fucking taking her. And when I said that, Zarina goes, and Galakea smiled and it healed her as it fucking reversed him.
Mm-hmm.
Because she gained a new follower. In order for them to gain a new follower, the follower has to openly, out loud state that is their deity.
In their presence.
Mm-hmm. So, I informed the others of that.
Or at least where they can hear them. They don't have to physically be there as long as they can hear them.
So I informed Kinnear and Tim of that. And Rog, because Rog was there. And then it was Kalina's turn. For the rest of my turn, I moved over to Galakea so I could help guard her. And Kalina, her eyes were bright red, just like the crystals.
And what color are they normally?
Yellow. And she turned to Galakea.
Hang on.
Yeah, she was doing the shoulder thing that felines do when they're about to attack. And, like, you don't see it a lot in house cats, but you'll see it a lot in, like, lions and panthers.
You see it in house cats if they're after, like, a mouse or something.
Yeah. But she turned to Galakea. Now, bear in mind, remember, she is Galakea's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And she turned to her and she goes, I liked you better as the Nightmare King, and slashed her throat open with her claws.
Dropped
And then
her.
she went invisible. So we didn't know where she moved to. Tim was up next. And the first thing he did was sniff her out.
Oh, because now he had a reason. That's all he was waiting on was a fucking reason.
He wanted to kill her because she caused his dad to die.
Thing was, he put that on the back burner for Galakea,
And
then as soon as she gave him a reason, he took it.
Mm-hmm. And he sniffed her out, and when he told her, he knew where she was. And she didn't want to fucking, she talked shit, and he went, pow! And as soon as she showed up, he went, boom, boom! And as soon as it fucking hit, because the damage was enough to kill her. And her eyes went back to normal, and she looked at him, and she goes, Rog Barkrog, and died. And so 3 more of those crystals come out of Galakea's chest.
Shut up!
Kinnear claimed her as her deity.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't enough to bring her back because of the constant bleeding out, but it was enough to stabilize her enough.
To where she could do one more big thing.
Yeah. We realized we weren't, we had to figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah, there was no winning this combat.
We told Luna and Apollo to work together to pick up Kalina so we could save her.
Strife looks pissed.
Yeah. I had another oracular vision, like mid-combat. And that was one of what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw was what would happen if one of those things touched me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was whatever was causing my bad luck was going to spread like a plague across essentially the entire world, starting with Elmville. Like a fucking plague.
To the point where everyone would be killed by their own bad luck.
So I basically said we needed to get the fuck out before those things touched me. And
Fun fact.
I think what I said was, if that touches me, the world's gonna end. We need to fucking go.
Fun fact, if it touched any of you, it would cause the world to end, but in different ways.
Really?
Depending on that character, yes.
Mine was just because of whatever is doing that. Am I ever gonna figure out why that's happening?
Probably toward the end of the season.
God damn it. It's gonna be that long?
Mm-hmm. You're gonna go through this whole season with bad luck.
I'm gonna figure out ways to counteract it. So luckily I have a high enough performance roll. I should be able to power through the writer's block.
We'll see.
So I'm trying to think. We all agree. Nitro was like, look, I have a way for y'all to get out of this. He's like, how did you word it? You were
I already had it in my notes of what would happen. I said that I already have it planned out how to get you guys. I said, so these crystals have the ability to destroy this mall and everyone in it with minimal effort. I said, you probably need to get the fuck out. I have a way in my notes to get you out of here, but I don't want to do it without you guys agreeing to it because of how it played out.
And Tink was starting to flip the fuck
Oh, she
out.
was pissed.
And he had to explain, if you do what I have planned, Galakea will live.
Now, she's not going to be able to, call on her and shit for a while because she's going to be dying, but she won't be dead.
Yeah, she'll be able to have time to figure out how to fucking heal.
Right.
And he had to explain that because Tink was sitting here flipping the fuck out about how we can't leave because Galakea will die. She was convinced that that if she didn't...
Tink doesn't listen.
She was convinced that if she did not heal her immediately, she would die.
Hashtag dual wield.
Oh my god.
Every session.
How long did it take earlier for us to get that?
I had to say the same thing 3 times, and I had to yell it the 3rd time.
I think I had to say it too. And then I had to write it down for her because she keeps thinking that dual wield means she can attack with 2 weapons, and that's not what the fuck it does.
We have this discussion with her every session of Fantasy Eye.
So now she has it written down in detail about what she can and cannot do with it.
Anyway.
So, essentially, we agreed. We finally agreed to get the fuck out of there. We had our dragon familiars, mine and Tink's, work together to pick up Kalina's body so that once we get to safety, she can revivify her.
Mm-hmm.
Galakea used the last bit of her energy that she could. She turned over and blasted at the fucking clock. And it sucked us all into it and spat us out. We popped out right outside of Seacaster Manor. 10 seconds, I think.
Before you originally left.
Yeah. And he's like, you have 10 seconds to tell them what you can. And I was like, and I bolted to myself. So he had to play Bex while I was playing Bex.
I think I did a good job.
Yeah. Basically, I was like, protect Galakea.
Don't let the red things touch you.
Don't let the red things touch you. Claim her. Don't let Kalina die. Don't let it touch Kalina. And Bex is like, all right, let's go. And I think that's where we ended it.
One more thing. Cars started pulling up.
Yeah. So we're going to pick up right there where people are showing up for the party. And the past us's are going to the mall. And Tink needs to revivify Kalina.
So that was session 1. What are our thoughts?
You know my thoughts.
They don't know.
There's quite a few things that I'm finding very frustrating this season. But, as always, I'm loving the mystery. I'm loving the journey. And...
Is it on par with first 2 seasons?
yeah, although... I'm a little nervous. Because it feels like you're setting me up the way you set Tink up last season.
I told you this was your
You said
year.
I was going to be the one to cry this season, and you're setting me up like you set her up. So, with all the different factors, I'm very scared to see what you're going to make my role be in the final plot. And I'm really scared considering you've already involved Galir in it very heavily. And if you kill him, I will lose my shit.
Now that we're at the end, before we sign off, would you like to go over some things you've been putting together in front of our audience?
Okay.
Some theories.
The red
Theory time.
The red flash I saw in that first vision.
Mm-hmm.
That was the flash in her chest. That was the crystal thing.
It looked very similar.
Okay.
It was the same shade and it had the same
Whatever
glow.
she saw when she looked at it is the redacted goddess. That's my theory.
Okay.
And I'm going to support that next session by asking her about it once she's...
You're not going to be able to.
Let me rephrase. Going forward, once she's healed up enough, I would like us to ask her about it to support my theory.
Okay.
Because if she cannot say the name, I know I'm correct.
Not necessarily. There could be many gods with redacted names.
Lighter.
Words, motherfucker.
I'm not looking forward to the fact that I don't get to spend any time with Ida this season. However, I am looking forward to having that opportunity to trick a certain person.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to get away with that if Ida was here.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the amount of the workload that I have. However, I am looking forward to powering through it, proving that Bex can do it, and hopefully dealing with some of the leftover mental issues that she's having from everything else through that.
Speaking of which, we will have our first downtime phase next session.
Yeah, Bex is not having a good time right now. I am. She's not. I promise you Bex is going to cry because she is already fighting a lot of fucking shit and you're not making it any easier.
I told you every season is going to be harder than the last.
I don't know if I'm going to, but Bex sure
Every
is.
season gets a little darker and a little more adult. It's like the Harry Potter series, you know? Every movie gets a little darker and a little more adult.
Can we explain about out of game who Adrian is now?
No.
Okay.
You have any last thoughts, Strife?
I'm looking forward to when Kinnear and Mommy Dearest finally come face to face.
Ooh, we still need to discuss that in character. And,
Not today.
no. Work out a, arrangement.
So, that was session 1, junior year. A lot more exposition this time than we normally have on our first session. A lot more clues.
I have an idea.
What?
I'm gonna do some research
Mm-hmm.
on the rogue teacher.
Okay.
Learn more about what her life was like. You might be able to learn where to find her as a goose.
I can almost guarantee you knowledge of her life will do nothing for that.
Oh, really?
Really.
Damn.
Without giving anything away, I don't want you to waste your time either.
If someone has speak with undead, could they not just go find her tombstone at the cemetery? Oh, I just figured it out, didn't I?
No. You just figured out how Kipper Lily found her.
But she said that Kipper Lily didn't find her, that she found Kipper Lily.
I know. If you actually find the rogue teacher and speak with her, she'll tell you what happened. It's technically a mixture of those two.
I'm smart, guys. Did I really
That's
just...
all I'm gonna say.
Did I really just figure that out on camera?
Yes. Yes, the teacher is the one that found Kipper Lily, not the other way around. But Kipper Lily did find her grave.
FYI, that's not how he always reacts when we figure something out, but that is a very common one. Another one is, and another one is, fuck! Especially when we figure shit out way too soon.
Yeah. Or when you do some fuck shit.
Like banish the night orb.
Or trap the stepmother in a book.
Or get the princesses as allies.
Or pull out a brain.
With a tattoo. Or shatter the platform that they have to win on.
Anyway, until next time, whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
And we'll see you back in Elmville in 2 weeks.
Roll Tide.
Hoop growl.